some reason. That's new. We'll see what happens though. So this is Hearts and Hexes. It's a pretty good atome they made within the past couple of years. Fun little indie one. Has some partial voice acting, some of the people. Bayfield, I think names. I'm really bad with names, so some of the music, or all the music, and they are wonderful and talented people. Same with the voice actors for the limited voice acted scenes in this game. And let's just see how this goes. It's been a very long time since I played it. I played it like on the original release year, and it's cute and fun. But warning, game has things, like I said here. Content advisory. It does have some flashing strobe lights. There's alcohol involved because grown-up Halloween party, smoking, and profanity. Mental health topics because of anxiety of the main character and some others. There's some violence, but yeah, it talks about blood, but doesn't have it in the pictures from what I remember there with that bit. Unless they've changed something since I played. Suggestive themes, sexual harassment, discussions of abuse because of the main character's mate and others' pasts. It's overcoming trauma, and to do so, trauma is discussed but not showcased as exception to harassment, and it's definitely worth the playthrough. Many playthroughs, actually. This is a chance to be something new. Oh, crap, I need to change. Oh, I have a bunch of saves from before. Ignore those. The text speed's all the way up there, just to start. Okay. This is a chance to be something new. I don't have to use my real name. Not if I don't want to. I can be whoever I want, right? I'll just use the names. Sabrina because, well, although I'm going to be thinking of the Teenage Witch constantly, I know that's where it came from, probably. Oh, hey! My name is Sabrina. I already know this is like a cool game. I love it. It's holiday appropriate, and it's been a while. And I have a couple hours before my kids get off from school, so I have time. I like to narrate what I play with these, because otherwise I read too fast, and lets any of my friends that do come by, well, be able to veg out if they need. So, I'm not the best voice actor, so sorry for anything. Characters I mess up. Leaves crunch under my shoes, steady footfalls echoing down the desolate street. I reached up, readjusting my witch hat before pressing on, shoes clacking against gritty concrete. The place was surprisingly only a few blocks away from my home, hearing music in the distance. My first ever Halloween party. Truth be told, I was excited or nervous, and I know I'd be nervous, but screw it. I know it. There can be both. I was beyond excited to be attending. Oh, hey, Con. Oh, not Ishi. Hi. And yeah, I did not sleep good last night, but I am awake. It's stuck. I was beyond excited to be attending. I felt a smile creep upon my lips, relishing in the new feeling. I did not have time to linger in my thoughts as soon as I arrived. But yes, it's good to see you, Ishi. I saw the little kind of symbol too. It's like, oh wait, I know you. Colorful lights shone out the windows, the porch decorated with carved pumpkins. A few people were hanging around, drinking, talking, smoking. I silently swallowed as I began my ascent up the stairs, wood creaking under my weight. A bouncer blocked the blue door, arms crossed. Password. That's right. This party wasn't open to just anyone. I happened to hear about it, luckily learning the key as well. Bard sexual is not a romance option. They didn't move for a long moment, before finally closing their eyes, stepping to the side. A wave of relief washed over me, only to be short-lived as I stepped inside. Yes, flashing light warning, because the games have some in places. I was met by a barrage of light and loud music. For a few moments, I could only stand there, taking in everything all at once. My brain burped. The voices strained to be heard over the music, the beat nearly rattling the thin window panes, and glowing lights all melded into one jovial scene. I finally focused on the people, mostly in groups against the wall, by the drinks or lounging on the couch. From people dressed as savior angels to naughty demons and everything conceivable in between. This is all too much. I stormed up the stairs with a hand to my mouth, praying and hoping that I could keep down whatever foul concoction brewed within my inner cauldron. I felt like a dozen maggots and snakes slithered across my skin. My vision blurred, like a ghost drifted before my eyes. This is becoming too much. At the topmost stair, I stumbled and tripped, knocking my knees to the wooden run. A yelp fell out of me as broken as I imagined zombies crawling out of graves. I think I crawled across the floor, hobbling towards the bathroom door. Pull it together, Sabrina. Pull it together. I crash into the bathroom door and quickly slam it behind me. My chest locks up. My lungs burn. What the hell am I doing? Get it together! I plant a hand over my eyes and drift into the comfort of darkness for a few moments before leaning into the edge of the sink. Okay. So we made it this far. That's progress, right? I stare at my reflection. Right, yeah, we can do this. We can do this? I can't do this. I sighed, defeated and alone. What am I even doing here? Just when I think I could fall into the shadows of this cursed night and be comfortable in isolation, lamenting every misstep I'd obviously taken, there's a hiccup. And then another, and an attempt to hide it. When I whip over my shoulder and jump back in shock, I realize there's someone lounging in the tub. And Pumpkin Tub, this is the first person we meet, Ishi. No, go on. I'll pretend I'm not here. Keep going, you're doing great. Hello? He puts a hand to his chest, but the burp escapes. Sup? What are you doing in the bathtub? Oh, sailing on the high seas. He lilts a bit to wiggle the shower curtain for effect. Some used beer bottles rattle in the movement, hollow and terrible, like clanking bones. Then where's your pirate costume? It fell into the ocean. Okay, you got me. I'm not actually a pirate. As I try to reclaim myself from the shock, I notice that he has spots of black beneath his eyes. Are you a zombie?
No.
And the first bit of actual voice acting, and yeah, I can't, it sucks because they're wonderful people and I'm gonna mess up all their voices so horribly. He looks me over, examining or losing focus, I'm not sure. He sticks a finger out, beer in hand. And what are you supposed to be? A witch. Ah, clearly. So really, what are you doing in a bathtub at a Halloween party? Would you believe me if I said I fell in? There's decidedly not, or yeah, you look clumsy. Do you want to choose Ishi, or should I just click on stuff? Because it's been a couple years since I played this, even though I love this game. I like to try and forget as much as I can of the game so I can replay it and be like, oh yeah, that's why this is wonderful. Not likely. Fair. I am hiding. In the bathroom? Says the person who was also hiding in the bathroom. Touché. I feel my gaze shift away. At least the ghosts seem to be gone now. He leans over the edge of the bathtub and taps against the closed toilet lid. Okay, come sit. The doctor is in. What are you hiding from? I don't want to sit on the toilet.
Okay.
Well, okay. But there isn't enough legroom in here for the both of us, and I wouldn't recommend sitting on the floor. I missed a spot earlier. You? Or, I guess, instead of boy bye. I don't remember on these. Like I said, it's been a long time. But, ew. Did you pee on the floor?
Ew.
No. Why would I've... Okay, fine. Stand. He takes a swig. Ah, it's empty. Hey, pass me that one over there. I forgot that's how you get to the menu. The cute little ghost. I always love the UI of this game. It's cute. But what if it has pee in it?
What?
Why would it... What is happening? I don't know. My chest becomes tight, breath quickening. I came here to have a breakdown, and you're in the bathtub, and I might be stepping in something gross. Everything is terrible. I don't know why I came to this. I knew it was a bad idea. The punk in the bathtub's eyes go wide.
You okay?
Oh, okay. Okay, just breathe. I think you need this more than me. I'm sorry, this is all so weird and overwhelming. I take a seat on the toilet lid. I hear that. Why do you think I'm currently cuddling up with the porcelain? All this shit is crazy. I take a deep breath. It smells like pumpkin spice, beer, and something tangy. Is this even normal? Do people hang out in bathtubs at a party? It seems weird, but I don't know. His brow raises as he shifts and leans towards me. Okay, so wild question here. Is this your first Halloween party? It's obvious, isn't it?
Huh.
No judgment, gotta carve the pumpkin eventually. There's now the options are boy use confusion, it hits successfully, or stare silently glaring like a sideways skull. And I in general usually choose a slightly more calm option, so boy use confusion, it hits successfully. Does that mean something? It was supposed to be a play on popping the cherry, but you know what? Never mind, it's cool. He adjusts himself in the tub before attempting to fill the silence again. 1 second. Haha, that's my dad to escape outside to the wild blue yonder. I'll escape of the state, but you know, desert state, but you know. He adjusts himself in the tub before attempting to fill the silence again. So, did you come alone or with friends? Alone. That's actually pretty brave of you. I feel like an idiot. I sigh. I came to this alone too. So, why are you hiding? Why are you? He deflects quickly, taking a sip of his beer to avoid the question. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say to anyone. I don't even know what they're talking about. Call me a tree, 'cause I'm going out on a limb here. Super strict parents? Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go grab yourself a drink. Don't get the punch. It's full of sugar, you will throw up in an hour. He clicks his tongue and makes a finger gun. Trust me on that one. Then you're gonna find a cluster of people and stand with them. And when you don't know what's happening, take a sip of the drink and give a friendly nod. I think I'll die of alcohol poisoning. You'll be fine. It's a tried and true method. I've done it dozens of times when I was with... Just trust me on that one. Thanks. You haven't said why yet. Why what? Why you're hiding in the bathroom. The punk in the bathtub averts his gaze. My ex is here with her new boyfriend. She told me she wasn't going to this, but you know, fuck me, right? Sorry about that. I was typing something real quick. Ah, that explains. Yeah, so... My brain go burr. I'm fixing things so they had things in wrong angles on my stuff. Ag! Attempt to cheer him up. What is she dressed up as? Maybe her nachos get a little extra spicy. Alright, I see you, deviant. Well, I'm gonna try to go back out there.
Hey.
You've got it, and you know, if you don't, you know where to find me. He gives an encouraging wink, or maybe something got in his eyes. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you seem cool. I have no doubt you'll have a good time. You too. That you think I'm cool, or that I have a good time at the party? Both. There's you seem cool, you'll enjoy the party, and both. Both is good. Both. Both. He smiles and nods happily. Well then, go scope it out, and maybe by then, I'll have wrangled the Kraken. What? Just get out of here and let me get control over my face, so please. I can't embarrass myself in front of the person who called me cool. It's unbecoming. Unbecoming? Really? You're in a bathtub. Alright, go on, get. You're making me feel foolish. Thanks, I'm trying and I'll probably mess it up multiple times as I switch back and forth between people because my brain goes, ah, like a possum. Just now? Deviant. I guess that means I'm doing this whole Halloween thing, right? Yeah, I'd say you are. I'm messing up, yeah, I'm already screwing up. Ah! That's okay. I'm overthinking it, just like the characters in here do, because anxiety is a mighty evil beast. Cool. Okay, well then, I think I'm ready to head out. Satan speed thee. He sends me a grand and heartfelt salute. I stand to leave and give him one in return. As I head to the door, I turn my shoulder over to him. Oh, thanks for helping cheer me up. His expression is unexpected. With a soft half grin and something brightening in his demeanor, he stumbles over his words. Yeah, same. Anytime. Bye. When the door is closed, I lean my back into it. Lingering for a moment, I surrender to the bloom of warmth in my cheeks. With renewed vigor and confidence, I nod my head. Okay, I've got this. I head towards the stairs for the rest of the party, excited for the upcoming possibilities, armed with advice and a new friend. Perhaps even a crush. But everybody in this game, except one person, is wonderful and beautiful. And even they are beautiful, they're just a dick whistle. Pardon my wording, but they are a dick whistle. And hello, Akashiro Takaru, thank you for coming on in too. I make my way towards the drinks. Reaching out in an unsure hand, I hover over the options. And I was already told to avoid the punch, because you will end up puke it up. So I guess sadly keg it is. Even though beer and me in real life wouldn't get along, but I am not Sabrina, so woohoo! I lift a cup off a tower of red and fill it from the keg. I give it a quick sniff before taking a tepid sip. It's bland, but it's beer. With drink in hand, I look around the party, feeling a bit like a deer in headlights.
Hey.
Oh hey, your costume is pretty sweet. Is that an OC or something you found? And this person is also voiced by a wonderful, awesome person who worked on Blooming Panic too, and just there are so many talented peeps in this. Writing, art, music, everything lies in it. It's a wonderful, sweet little story, and I love it. I turn over my shoulder to a guy with an intricate costume. Some of it looks hand-sewn. I'm sorry, what? Your get-up, is that an original character of yours, or Why would it be an original character? I'm just a witch. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Still, it's a nice costume. Thanks, so is... I look over his very ornate, intricate costume. And I don't remember which is good here. And yes, I have a bajillion things, because like I said, I played this quite... way before. I guess I say yours is so cool. Even though I don't know if it's good or bad for him, and I am like, eh. But he is awesome too. Everyone in this game is great. Yours is so cool. Really? Aw, thanks. It took forever to get the leather to cooperate. That's more than hours of my life I'll never get back. Or skin. You made it yourself? Of course. What sort of adventure would I be if I bought my character's costume? Making it is half the fun. Yes, for, Sir Theomantius Majoris, Magician of the King, Knight of the Queen's Gambit, First Captain of the Wolf Brigade, Slayer of all creatures foul, Lover of all things, and Blight to the scourges of the Terraton. But there are some who call me Jim. Who calls you Jim? Oh, my mum and stepdad, I suppose, and I guess the government. Is that who you're dressed as?
Yes.
Yeah. He's my character for the campaign I'm playing in. He's a level 7 mage that I've multi-classed into knight for those sweet, sweet extra actions. My Towers and Titans character. I've heard of that, I think, or is this man speaking in tongues, which would be me, but thankfully my dad is and the people who would actually knows all the people with this type of stuff, so hey! But, I mean, yeah. Oh, I've heard of that, I think? Is that the game thing with the dice and the creatures you fight from outer space? No. I mean, that's a similar game, though I don't play it. TNT is storytelling improv, but there are other intricacies with it. But yeah, that's about right. You came into a Halloween party dressed up as a character from your game? I don't get the... I mean, I would. If I was not pumpkin-y enough to not be any of my OCs, but you know, OCs are fun to be. Sure did. I mean, after all, this is also my party. My whole adventuring group is here too. Jim points over his shoulder to fellow friends. They wave back. A bunch of bloody murder hobos. Anyway, did you come with any friends? No, I'm a lone wolf. I thought you were a witch. Laugh. Ah! I double-clicked on accident. Funny. Aw, sorry. You look so painfully frightened. Blink twice if you are. I shall slay the foe. I laugh a little more. I love Timothy. They're fun. I'm okay, thanks. I'm just trying to figure out how to party. Ah, is this your first time? I give a shy, reserved nod, a little embarrassed. Not to worry, glad you decided to come anyway. If you're up for it, you could join us. Probably best to have someone with a conscience around those heathens. I wouldn't want to impose. No, you wouldn't. Taking in the lost traveler under our supervision is a specialty of our group. Just, don't ask the goblin. Not that you could, because he's dead. Anyway, tell me about yourself. Do you live around here? How'd you hear about my party? I live nearby, actually. Did you move here recently? Not really, I just didn't get out much. College sort of changed that. Really? Oh man. Then I have to introduce you to some people. I don't want to take you away from your party.
What?
No, come on. I'll introduce my housemates. Most of them are in my campaign as well, so if you can't find me, at least there will be someone to assist you. Okay, sure. Excellent. I take it you know nothing about TNT. Goose egg, I'm afraid. It's a great way to meet new friends and whatnot, so we have an open seat if you ever want to play. Absolutely no pressure. You wouldn't be the first new player at the table. It's more, never mind. It's silly. No. What is it? This is a safe space. Redirect, or open up a little about my past, and like I said, I'm just going to be trying to do in general nicer ones in this and overall and see where it goes, because I don't remember what's this overall, except don't be a dick. The thing is, I don't know a lot about monsters or the occult. Unless it was, quote, in league with the devil. Ah, so you failed your charisma. Ooh, oh wait, you were serious. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a dick move of me. None of that is a problem, especially not with the group I play with. It's a lot of fun and, frankly, really cathartic if you want to work some of those things out. What things? Yeah, that. Seriously though, working through traumatic experiences in a safe fictional space like TNT is a proven therapy technique that really allows the brain to rewrite certain... Oh, I'm ranting again, sorry. No, please, I want to hear the rest of it. I doubt I can do the studies justice. I have them somewhere on my laptop if you really want them. I would, if you don't mind. He looks genuinely surprised.
What?
Yeah, sure. Can't grab it now, obviously, but you said you live nearby, right? I do. Well, feel free to stop on over if you ever want to hang out. Someone's usually always home. We do Wednesday wing nights. We order a bunch of hot wings and play, I suppose what amounts to drinking games with them while we watch terrible movies. Hot wings? Why hot wings? Clearly, you've never tried to recite Faust while half your mouth is on fire. In German. You speak German? I wouldn't exactly call it that. German words come out of my mouth. Most of them are correct. Most? Well, when you spend most of your time abroad, how should I put this? Honestly, I suppose the months I spent overseas are not ones I can actively recall. And I mute for a second one. My dad was passing on through and just being... It's a little bit, not loud, but just... This microphone picks up everything, even with the sock on it as a filter. Socks only can go so far. Eventually I'll have to get a swooshy for it, but this thing costs like $150 by itself, so you know. I'm good. And yeah, you can hear him coughing. Sorry about that. You mean state-dependent retrieval? Are you saying you only speak German fluently if you're intoxicated? But when you put it like that, yes, it appears so. Though I still doubt fluently. That's... I'm trying not to laugh. You're laughing at me. That's just funny to me. I'm sorry. Maybe it's my drink. It's fine, don't worry. My heart will mend. I smile and take a sip of my drink. I'll keep that in mind. Jim gives me a soft, friendly smile. Sorry again if I offended. Actually, what was your name? Sabrina. He holds out his hand. James, though everyone calls me Jim. Except that asshole over there. He points across the party to someone dressed as a ghost. They call me Jimothy. Why? If only I knew. Well, if you happen to cross anyone with the fairy wings and a bunch of glitter, that's probably Renee. She's a player in my game. Brand new to it, too. She's really friendly. Renee? Aye. Someone knocks into Jim's shoulder. Hey. Whoever it was is gone. Though I swear I saw cat ears. Jim grunts and fixes his outfit. Oh man, my button broke. And the scheisse. He holds his broken costume with a curl in his brows and a bite on his lip. His face falls even more when he struggles to fix it. Man. Hey, it was really nice to meet you. I gotta go fix this. Hopefully we can chat again later. I nod my head along. It was really nice to meet you, too. Enjoy the party. Jim pins the broken part of his costume to his body, cradling it like a delicate bit of china. He leaves, and I'm alone in a sea of costumes. I feel like I've made another friend. That's how I feel. It's like, oh, we talked about something for 5 minutes, you're my friend now. Then I noticed her immediately. And I love her outfit. It's orange. Slightly not my favorite color of orange, but it's close and it's pretty. Her flowing costume, beautiful wings, and well, she's just pretty in general. How do excessively beautiful people manage to live with their lives again? I can't relate. Before I can approach her, the fairy makes eye contact with me. Her face lights up and I realize I don't even know her name. What am I gonna do about this? Oh my gosh, your outfit is so cute! How'd you put it together? I made it myself. The fairy looks at me, eyes glittering with awe. I actually do not remember her voice and I feel bad for that, because I actually love her. I just don't play her rude as much as others, even though she has like my favorite ending song of the game too. But it's been a while. I go through the characters like in the order I originally played them in, or a new one where it's when I hadn't played in a while, and The fairy looks at me, eyes glittering with awe. It helps that the rhinestones under her eyes seem to shine as well. Wow, that must have taken more work than what I threw together.
Wow.
That's amazing. I can do like small stuff to make things look cuter, but nothing like that. But I should introduce myself. I'm Renee, a simple woman by day, but a fairy by night. Now it's my turn to be awestruck, and I break out into a smile. Renee laughs a little, both light and slightly nervous at the same time. But when she looks at me, she takes a sip of water, cocks her head, and smiles. That was pretty corny, wasn't it? I knew it was corny, but Jim put me up to it. You mean the host? Yeah, him. He said that I had to turn up the charm for anyone I take interest in. And that's me?
Mm-hmm.
But that reminds me, what's your name? I should have asked earlier. Sabrina. I like that name. It's charming and memorable too. You think so? I know so. I'm real good with these things. My Nana always said I had the intuition to tell who could shine. This feels like flattery, but I don't mind the feeling. It doesn't feel empty or contingent on me being good enough. I could get used to this. Thank you, Renee. I appreciate it, since this is my first time at a party and all. It's nice to know I can make an impression. It's your first time? Well, this is my first time too. Not at a party, but at one of Jim's parties. There won't be any funny business going on, unless you count nerding out and punch with way too much vodka in it as funny business. Vodka, huh? I'm suddenly very grateful that I didn't actually want to drink too much. There's a reason I made myself one of the designated drivers. She looks at my likely nervous expression and pats my shoulder. Don't worry though, I can show you where the good stuff is, as in the stuff that won't knock you out in one sip. Ooh, drinks! Can you show me now? You seem a little nervous, are you sure? Yeah, I should put myself out there, right? Only if you want to. I'm not gonna force you to do something you don't want to do. No, I want to try. Alright then, let's go a little later then, whenever you're ready. How did she know I wasn't ready? That aside, I'm enjoying my time with Renee. She's really nice and actually seems to like talking to me. I never thought that I'd see the day that'd happen without some catch. I hold back a sigh. I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop, which is more than a little frustrating. Are you okay? Moving something so I can see something with my thingy, but oopsie. I'm moving something on my lower monitor. Oh, I can still see what I was looking for. I'm good. I'm good, just nervous, that's all. My voice comes out a little squeaky, but I hope I get my sincerity across. Well, let's get you comfortable then. Where would you like to go? Jim will let me go anywhere, I think. Are you two dating? Renee laughs, a little less graceful than her last one. I raise my eyebrows instinctively. Jim's great and all, but totally not my type. We just play together. Oh, TNT? A small gasp escapes her lips. Towers and Titans. Jim's a fellow player I hang out with sometimes outside of the game. I really enjoy playing with him because he knows his stuff and doesn't mind helping me out with the stuff I don't know about. I honestly think he should be the tower master instead of the dude who is, but that's just me. Anyway, didn't Jim tell you about this already? Yeah, he did. It sounds interesting. 1 second. My own mouth was trying to get tongue-tied. Doesn't help that I choked on a piece of potato earlier. Not like a big piece, I just had a little bit from my soup I made, but it was so soft a little piece broke off my whoop up in my windpipes and it was like, eh. And so I started later because everything was sore. Woohoo! Otherwise I would have been doing this for a while now. Alas. Okay, good. I'm kinda a newbie, so I'm not sure how well I would have explained it. You seem like you know a lot, though. Now you're flattering me. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to sound insincere. Don't worry so much, you really didn't. I wanted to ask you, could we? Renee, get your phone out of the room. I'm busy, can't you wait? No, it's blowing up and killing my vibe. Get it out. Renee's expression turns mysterious. She looks down, then up at me. It's okay if you have to get it. I need to check in with someone too. You don't mind? I can meet you in the kitchen in a bit, okay? To show me those drinks? I'm a woman. 1 sec. I had hiccup. I'm a woman of my word, you know. Thank you. I'll, see you later then? A smile stretches across Renee's face. She takes one of my hands in hers, and I don't flinch. That's a better look on you. Surprised? No, happy. And suddenly, so am I. I'm happy? That's surprising. I don't remember the last time I was happy about anything outside of pleasing others. It's strange that a simple touch would make me feel this way. But I don't hate it. Yeah, I am happy. I'll see you in the kitchen. You should go get your phone. I should. I'll see you later, okay? She seems slightly unsure of herself. I try to take my other hand and gently pat hers. Pant? My mouth going. This is something I realize is a little weird, but Renee doesn't seem to mind. Thanks. Talk to you in a bit. And everybody in this game is so freaking pretty. With that, Renee sets off, and I'm faced with the dilemma. Where exactly do I go from here? I had to mute and run off to my air conditioner for a second there. It was on its cycle where it goes too cold for this time of year, so I had to go turn it up a few degrees. I nervously shuffle past some people and make it outside, mostly curious on what the commotion is all about. only to find my answer sooner rather than later. The first thing I spot is two partygoers playing some game. One didn't seem to put that much effort into his costume. The other is wearing a werewolf costume. It suits him well, considering his huge build. You're going down, bro. I am the master of beer pong. Not sure that's something worth bragging about, man. Ooh, damn, am I good or what? The tall guy dressed as a werewolf grabs the cup the ball landed in, downing the whole cup in one go. He slams the empty cup on the table. Yeah, we get it. Alright, let's see you land. The werewolf bounces the ball right under the other guy's hands and lands it in his last remaining cup. The shorter guy stares down at the last plastic cup in shock. Oh hey, looks like I won. Good games, bro. How did you? The werewolf pats the guy on the back before turning around and going to leave. I love this guy, even though his song's not my favorite, but it's pretty. On a pure, unfortunate chance, someone suddenly bumps into me. I stumble out of the gathered crowd and land right at the werewolf's feet. Oh, perfect. Hey, manners, guys. Come on now. He looks down at me and gives a concerned expression as I rub my sore knee. You alright? Yeah, I'll manage. I push myself off the stone porch and brush off any dirt from my legs. Sorry about that. People can get pretty rowdy at these kinds of events, and take it from someone with experience. Yeah, I can imagine. Just one look at the guy in front of me paints a pretty clear image of someone who'd be the star quarterback on some football team. And this your first party? Yeah, I usually avoid these kinds of places. Wish I had the luxury. Alright, manners. My name is Jack. And what do I call you? Tell him name. Sabrina. That's a nice name. If you say so. Hey, it's more interesting than my name. There were like 8 Jacks I know personally at the university. Who knows how many more might be out there? That does sound annoying.
Hey.
It's a little noisy out here. You wanna maybe talk somewhere less? Someone yells out Jack's name. We both turn to spot someone standing in front of the beer pong table and pointing directly at him. Yo, let's go, bro. My turn. Your record is going down, bro. Yeah, somewhere less that. Sure. We both head inside the house to find ourselves somewhere less crowded. I think everyone should just go hide in the bathroom, make a little party in there with the punk in the tub, because he's cool. He's just too much like my dad for me to want to romance, and it scares me. But he's still a cool character. Which turns out to be the kitchen at the moment. You seem pretty popular. Jack lets out a heavy sigh, and he grabs one of the free drinks laying on the countertop. He swishes the liquid around in the cup a bit before taking a sip. Yeah, well, it comes with being the star football player, right? Right. I suppose that's true. It's honestly tiring. It feels like I'm at a party every weekend. Do you not like parties? You've been to one, you've been to them all. Jack takes a huge gulp of whatever he's drinking before slamming the plastic cup on the countertop. Right, well, based on the screaming going on out back, I'm guessing my title is being threatened. Jack downs the rest of his drink and tosses it into the trash can across from the countertop. Right, it's been cool talking with you. If you ever feel uncomfortable or whatnot, feel free to come find me. I know how intense parties like these can get. Let him leave or hang out some more. I don't remember if this screws anything else up with other people, but I'm just gonna go with the flow. Whether it ends in romance or not, doesn't matter. This is Halloween spookies and fun. Well, not spookies, but Halloween parties and fun this time. I glance around and notice I'm surrounded by people I'm unfamiliar with. Mind if I come with you? Jack stops and turns back to face me.
Huh?
You sure? Beer pong can be pretty boring to watch. Better than hanging around awkwardly with people whose names I don't know. Fair enough. Well, I recommend preparing for shit talk. People get weirdly heated in beer pong. Right. I love this game. I love everybody in it except for one person. And even them, I love to hate them. I watched Jack play player after player, barely even taking a single sip of alcohol. Huh. I guess his comment about holding some kind of title wasn't a flex after all. Come on guys, you're making this too easy on me. Yo, you talk a lot of shit for someone who doesn't even let the opponent score. Hey man, not my fault you all suck and can't score. Yeah, well prepare to drink with me, buddy. I don't miss. We'll see. I watched the two go back and forth, each taking shots. It's a struggle, definitely more so than the previous opponents, but eventually Jack is once more the winner.
Yes.
And the king holds the throne once more. Fuck off. Hey man, blame the game, not the player. The guy with the wolf costume struggles to storm off, slightly staggering back and forth as he heads inside the house. Alright guys, I gotta take a break. I didn't come here just to play beer pong. Jack leaves the beer pong table and approaches me. Well, that took longer than expected. Looks like you're finally free. If it's not this stupid game, it'll be something else. Everyone always wants to prove themselves. Must get exhausting. You learn to deal with it. Jack leans up against the side of a small shed behind us and lets out a sigh. I notice his muscles are distractingly visible through his costume. I guess you don't get to be the all-star football player without being built well. So don't take this the wrong way, but you don't strike me as the party-going type. That obvious, huh? Hey, you go to enough of these, you learn who's green and who has some under their belt. Bleh. Is that so? Oh yeah. How can you tell? Jack lets out an amused chuckle. Since we met, you've not taken a single sip of alcohol. Not one. You awkwardly try and avoid bumping into people, and you look about as uncomfortable as a person can look. Whoa, you make me sound like a mess. Nah, nothing wrong with that. As I've said, parties are overrated. Don't let it worry you too much, just try and enjoy yourself. We both stand there awkwardly for a bit, unsure of what to say next. So I gotta ask, where did you buy that costume? It looks expensive. Yeah, I didn't really have the money to go buy one, so I made it myself. Damn, you made that yourself? It looks store-bought. Oh, really? If anything, you'd think that would be an insult, because store-bought costumes usually look like ass. But, you know, at least the ones I've been to, but then again, I don't live in an area with really cool stores for costumes. Not the fun ones. Yeah, totally. I just assumed you bought it like I did mine. Well, I have some experience in sewing, so I sort of just winged it. Well, I'm jealous. Last year, I bought a fancy costume at a proper Halloween store. Cost an arm and a leg, too. Maybe next costume party I'll just hit you up instead. Sure. I wouldn't mind, I suppose. Our conversation is interrupted by someone falling through the back door and landing on the porch. I heard the person groan while others burst into laughter. Some people cannot handle their drinks. Being drunk doesn't look like much fun. Can't confirm it is not. Never drunk before? No. Well, I mean, I have, but I'm not the character. I did not have as much religious trauma as they have growing up. I only had a little bit from Utah. And thankfully, I got out by early 15, so I was free! Dobby was a free. Well, Thera was a free. No, not really. I guess you could say my parents aren't too fond of alcohol. And thankfully my real life ones are fine with. My dad has tattoos, haha. And piercings, and pink hair, so we good.
Your parents the strict type?
Yeah, something like that.
Don't worry, mine are too. They didn't want me risking my future as a star football player on something stupid, so... no fun allowed for me.
Jack looks down at his feet. I notice he's got a slightly bitter expression on his face. Yeah, my parents were, well, religious, to say the least.
Oh yeah? What denomination?
You know the different church denominations?
I had a friend who was very religious, sort of picked up on some of the stuff by matter of proxy.
I guess you could call them fundamentalists. They take religion super seriously.
Yeah, sounds like the person I knew. They were locked away from the world their whole life, and the moment they finally tasted freedom, they didn't even know what to do with it all.
New? They're no longer your friend?
Yeah. Something along those lines, I guess. Shit, hey. Sorry to call this early, but I promised to call someone.
Oh, who?
It's nothing important. Anyway, you enjoy the party, okay?
I'll try.
That's the spirit. Don't worry about what others think. All that matters is if you're having fun. I think I've managed to make it.
Well, I think I managed to make at least one friend so far, and yeah, I got stuck in the voice for a second, I feel, but I guess that's not bad, all things considered. Jack pats me on the back in a friendly gesture and walks back inside. I have an hour and a half at least until the kids are home, and then, but still, I has time still, yay! I take a deep breath and summon just a bit more of my courage. I have to keep trying. On to the next thing. After some more wandering about the party, I find myself back in the kitchen. After taking a sip of my drink, I look up to notice someone gazing back. I see blue eyes stare into my own, a smirk spreading across on their lips. The man takes his time to approach me, sauntering over with a drink in his hand.
Hey.
Hey,
Hi?
do you come here often? I mean, I hope not.
For the first time, I gaze upward, noticing cat ear headphones atop his head. Is that your costume?
My costume? Oh no. Hell no. I put as much effort into this as they did this party, am I right?
My lips form a thin line, somewhat akin to a polite smile. 1 second.
Anyway, what are you supposed to be?
A witch?
Oh, nice. Going to use a love spell on me? I wouldn't mind.
I can only politely laugh at what has to be a joke. I can tell by his eyes, however, that he's serious. How can I nicely steer the conversation elsewhere? Before I can think of anything, he jumps in.
Enjoying yourself so far? If not, that's totally expected.
I am, actually. I met some really interesting people.
Interesting? I think you mean weird. I still don't get why a beauty like you is at a lame party like this.
He's coming on really strong. The flattery is nothing like the compliments I receive from Renee or the others. I chewed the inside of my cheek, frowning. How can I make my intentions clear to him without making him upset?
The name's Nico, by the way.
Oh, I'm Sabrina. He smiles, cursing myself for thinking it handsome. As if reading my mind, his smile curved into a smirk, slyly taking a sip of his drink, eyes never leaving me. I shrink back into a chair, wishing I could meld into the seat. I can't help but feel like a deer that got in the middle of the road, headlights replaced with mesmerizing blue eyes.
Got something on your mind?
I quickly shake my head, only for him to let out a hearty laugh.
You're not a very good liar, are you? Don't worry, I can teach you how.
He drifts off mid-sentence, looking me up and down. among other things. I feel my cheeks burn bright red, a movable lump in the back of my throat. I didn't expect you to be so honest, Sabrina. I jolt as he says my name, a snake slithering along my spine. So, you and the people you met were interesting. Got any questions about one of them in particular? There's Renee, Jim, and Jack, and I love them all. They are all wonderful peeps, unlike this person. But for this time, it's been a long time. I'll just say Renee. Renee. Let me guess, she said you were pretty cute or interesting, yeah? She's a snake. A snake? She'll say sweet things to your face, but once your back is turned, things come out. I had a hard time believing that, yet at the same time, he was right about her flattering words. The more I stand here in silence, stewing on his words, the more I realize I can't stay here any longer. I think I'm going to go get some fresh air. I'd much rather talk to you, but I can't blame you. I smile politely, ducking my head in a nod as I stand, quickly heading towards anywhere that isn't here. Curse him and his stupid, pretty, rude face. I stop in the middle of the crowd, instead turning on my heel. The feeling in my chest churns and churns. What was once elation has soured. Now I just want to be alone somewhere. A closet? I look about the party and I realize there's one place I know I can go. With a nod and a huff, I summon whatever fortitude I still have and make my way toward the stairs. I pass by bowls and schools and carve out of pumpkins filled with snacks. A cauldron is overflowing with cheese curls. Maybe I should bring some food along. Grab some chips. I curl around a swaying Julius Caesar to swipe a cup off the counter and fill it with chips. With a hum, I crunch down, and for a brief moment, I think myself a mighty witch eating the bones of my victims. But I shake it from my head and my thoughts just as quickly as the chips dissolve on my tongue. I scurry off and hope no one noticed me. Once I climb the stairs, I knock on the door. Sorry, player, your bathroom is in another castle. I open it anyway. I know that reference. And the punk in the bathtub looks over. His face immediately breaks into a large and tipsy grin. A hand lifts and fingers wiggle, inviting me closer.
Hey.
Hey, come in. The joint's a real haunt. I laugh and kick the door closed with the tip of my boots. With a little bounce, I move to the toilet and sit by him. How goes your voyage on the high seas? It goes swimmingly. There is a moment of silence as our eyes seem to roll to one another. Both of us have our lips curled in, trying not to burst into laughter. But we do anyway. I'm sorry, it was right there. I had to. I would have never forgiven myself. And sorry, I'm horrible with accents, but hey, He shifts in the tub. Are those? I lean the cup over and rattle it. Want some?
Yeah.
With a nod, he opens his hand, and I oblige him. Sweet, sweet processed food, come to me, my love. He wiggles a little in the tub, clinking against the sides of it with beer bottles and studs on his jacket. How'd it go? Making friends? I nod and give a little smile. Yeah, I think I did. Who'd you meet? Well, why? You're jealous? Or I met a few people, they seem nice. I really don't remember what to do here. And not saying so, but let's just see. I don't remember. But I'll say, I met a few people. They seem nice. Well, I'd hope so. Come on, who? Renee. I met this girl dressed up as a fairy. Nice. How was it? Renee is really friendly. She's easy to talk to, and it feels, I don't know, less scary to talk to her. I like Renee. She's fun. He flicks a hand out to me with pride.
Hell yeah.
See? Hell yeah. The beer in his hand lifts with a nod. Did you meet anyone else, or? Jim. I met the host of the party, Jim. We talked about TNT. Yeah, as he is wont to do. Do you know him? Only in passing, friend of a friend sort of thing. Jim's cool. He's made his own costume. It looks really cool. I'm a little jealous, actually. I had to cobble mine and find bits and pieces here and there. And you look absolutely bewitching. Thanks. You really think so? It's not drab or anything, is it? He shakes his head and the little curl of his hair casts a line across his face. Bewitching. He emphasizes with a wave of his hand in the air. Thanks, that makes me feel a bit better. Were you really that worried about it? I lift his shoulder. I feel a shoulder lift and fall. 1 second, I have to cough bad. Jumping around voices is fun on the throat, but it's also just fun to do in general, so it's worth it. I guess a little.
Why?
Fucking why? It looks great. At least you have a costume. Unlike you. A sharp glower cuts across the bathroom into me, and when it slices across me, I expect it to cleave me in two. But the smile he fights in the corner of his lips tell me it's all a ruse.
Ha ha ha.
Deviant. The beer lifts to his lips again for a sip. Oh, Anya, hi! Thank you for raiding! I know what to do here. 1 second. Hee hee! I don't have an actual raid alert thing yet, but it's good to see you, and how you doing? Oh yes, call her Malice. That game is still wonderful, even if some of the faces are washed out in it. But we are here. How are you been? Welcome on in, Anya. How's it going? It's good to see you. And this is Hearts and Hexes. It takes place at the main character, Sabrina's first ever Halloween party she has ever gone to. And it is wonderful, and I played it before, but it seemed perfectly appropriate for the season, and of course, and I'm doing okay. My throat's a little hating me, but it's not too bad. I love this game, and it's worth it. This is the punk in the tub. He is one of the romanceable characters, but he reminds me too much of my dad. So it's like, no, you were wonderful, but why? Because my dad even had that type of jacket and stuff, and it's like, curse you, game. Did you meet anyone else, or? Jack. I met Jack. Jack seems friendly, but... And, well, he does come off a little intense. Scary, almost. Ah, I can see why you'd think that. But... He smiles knowingly. He's really just a friendly giant. He wouldn't kill a spider. Me, on the other hand, death to 'em all.
Aye.
Well, look at you blooming left, right, and center like a fungus. Good for you, really, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of me too, though truthfully, I am still nervous. He lifts a finger. Ah, but you made it through your first hour of your first Halloween party, and to do that, shit, hold on. He leans forward to the top of his knees like a soot-covered mountains against a snow-white tub. With one beer in the air held as steady as he could, he rummaged for another. Aha, you fucker, get over here. Here. He hands one to me. Just hold it. Don't look at me like that, just hold it. It's about ceremony. With a smile and a peaked brow, I take it. Cheers to you, you cheeky fucking witch. Well done. He takes a sip, but I just hold the bottle awkwardly. Hey, can I? I look at the nails I'm picking at just to occupy my hands and thoughts. When that's exhausted, I run a nail across the edge of the beer bottle's wrapper.
You okay?
What's up? You okay? I want to say that I am, but honestly, I don't know yet. As I sit trying to decide how to answer that, my eyes trace the lines of the tiles around me. Line after line after line, as perfect as they are, they never seem to meet in any meaningful way. The smell of the pumpkin spice hits my nose as the automatic sprayer in the hall wafts in from beneath the door. I didn't know I had zoned out so thoroughly until I felt gentle fingers on me. When I turned to look, the punk in the bathtub has furrowed his brows into worry. It looks like it should be the most unnatural expression on him, and yet it's the most genuine I think I've seen.
Hey.
Hey, you okay? Seriously? My shoulders lift and fall. I made it through an hour, but it still doesn't feel like enough. Karma, what do you have that toy in your mouth for, girl? You hear weird sounds like a cat's dying. They're not. My cat, Karma, just loves to walk around with a little plush keychain in her mouth going meow around it constantly. And why, I do not know. I have this little knot in my chest. I point with my finger and drill it against my torso, like I'm being watched and that everything I do and think is wrong. I thought that after this much time away, I'd have a little more control over me. Karma, leave the chair alone too. It's not yours. And I've come to realize I have nothing. I shake my head. I'm sorry, that was... I don't mind listening if you want to talk. Open up the floodgates. My family. It's just that I'm realizing that maybe it doesn't matter how far I run. They'll always have a grip on me. I feel so trapped. They were that controlling. They were and are. I don't talk to them anymore. Not that they'd want to talk to me. That's their loss. I, for one, like talking to you. Really? I'm not weird for not knowing things, or for this being the first time I'm celebrating Halloween? A hand lifts firm.
What?
Hold up, first time ever, and you're in the bathroom with me? Oh no, this won't do. You've got mischief to do. But what if I like it here? I like it here with you. I like it here with you. I like you here too, but I also don't want to steal the entire party from you. We could go together. I'm not ready to go out there yet. Because, he takes a sip instead of answering. I watch his posture dip. This time I reach out and put a hand near him. I'll listen if you want. When he looks over, there's a moment of calm, like an empty street before a horde of costumed children catapult towards houses. No. I shrink and shuffle away, deflated like a rotten pumpkin on a porch. Okay, I'm sorry. It's not you. I gotta pee. Oh! I jump up from the toilet and back up to the door. I'll head back out there, then. Thanks for the advice. He doesn't move, except for the tilt of his head that lifts his chin. The light glints off his slip ring and studs on his jacket. Hey, Kana! He sparkles with chaos, and that is like the best line at anything. I love it! This game is beautiful. Come see me again later. Yeah, I'll make a stop by on my hourly haunt. I nod. Wicked. He wraps his hands on the edge of the tub and shakily pulls himself forward. Bottles clink and move as he emerges from the tub. One foot and a leg leans over the side, his other appendages following behind. Like a drunken punk octopus. I gotta drown the dragon. Gross! Well, what do you want from me? I already told you. He stops moving for a second and locks eyes on me. His expression is unexpected, and I am coming to as I am coming to expect from him. Ironically.
Why?
You really want to spend more time with me? Why? I like your company. Is that a crime? His face morphs into a mischievous grin. I know why you want to get arrested, you deviant. With you? Yeah, maybe. Then go scope out the party and we'll rob them of their candy later. Fine. I turn to leave. Hey. Visit me again, seriously. I don't say anything. I couldn't. My mouth curled into too much of a grin. I step behind the door and away from him again. Close behind me, I hear him slip out of the tub in a couple steps. Fly off on your broomstick, you creep. I jump off and head back to the party, biting my lips. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have a friend in him now, whoever he is. I already met a few people. I should try talking to one of them again, but who? Jack is a jock, and he's pretty cool. He has little werewolf ears and is big and stuff. Renee is a pretty fairy in orange, and she is also wonderful. And Jim is the party host and a big, well, this game's universe version of D&D nerd. And he is a giant, wonderful dork. A very tall, wonderful dork. They are all 3 wonderful. And it is so hard to choose. I already was doing stuff about Renee, but let's go say hi to Jim anyway, because Jimothy... Although one person does call him Jimothy. And I suck with his voice. I'm just torn on what to do. Do any of you want to choose a choice for me and save me from having to make choices? Because I am indecisive and I have to go get a drink real quick anyway. So quick beer, just a quick 10-foot step to the kitchen. Be right back. Okay, good. I am muted. My thing is... And now to decide on what to do. I don't know which. I am torn. Maybe I'll just roll a thing on my phone. Oh crap, I was in a game. I forgot about that. 1 second. RNG. 1, 2, 3. Because I love everything in this game. Even the RNG wants to be Renee this time, I guess, but the boys are pretty too. But Renee is awesome. I said, I don't mind girl, boy with these games. I just like fun, pretty stories, and RNG chose Renee, and I'd already thought about her, and she's cool. And wears orange! I awkwardly walk around and decide on lingering in the living room. As it turns out, I don't have to wait for long. Look at her, she's such a pretty fairy. She is so freaking pretty. Renee walks towards me with a small smile and a haggard look. So, the drinks are you okay? This game has trauma with everybody. Everybody has hang-ups and trauma, and it's beautiful. Renee pauses, sighs, and comes a little closer to me. I'll be fine. I just had something annoying to deal with over the phone. Thanks for worrying. Of course I would. I want you... Is it just me, or does Renee look a little nervous? I just want you to be my friend. Oh. I mean, of course it'll take time, but you went out of your way to be kind and help me. I want to value that, so yeah. Can we try to be friends? Yeah, sounds good. I thought you were gonna say something else, to be honest. Like what? It's nothing. I shouldn't get too ahead of myself. Anyway, let's see what's in the fridge. I don't remember what's good choices for her at all. It's been way too long. What about the punch? Is it really that bad? It is. Jim really has no sense for these things, so the punch is a victim of that. He really shouldn't do that, but he tries to keep his parties safe in other ways. A friend of mine said it was sugary, though. Then your friend's either shit-faced or has the highest alcohol tolerance I've seen in a while. It must be close to mine. Oh, I see. Anyways, it'll be fine if you have a wine cooler or something. Want me to get you one? I don't know anything about wine coolers, though. Don't worry, I'll find one I think you'll like. Is that okay? That's fine, thank you. Should I just wait here?
Yeah.
No worries, I'll bring it to you quickly. Sounds good. Whee. Renee comes back a few minutes later, and I look at her in the wine cooler in awe. A pretty girl is bringing me a drink. Am I dreaming right now? I'm tempted to slap myself to get back to reality. Are you okay? Have you never had alcohol before? Oh, I need to snap out of this. She's right in front of me. No, my previous circumstances didn't allow me to. I was told it'd be too worldly for me, that even a bit of alcohol would be an end to my virtue. But thinking about that depresses me too much. Renee looks curious, but she doesn't seem like she's gonna pry. It's overrated, but fun sometimes. In all honesty, hi. She pauses as she hands me the wine cooler. It's pineapple flavored. I wanted to get shit-faced when I got here, but I'm glad I didn't. While I've never been that drunk, that doesn't sound fun at all. It isn't, which is part of why I'm glad I didn't do it. I have some stuff going on, and I need to face it head on. Besides, we're beginning a friendship, right? I couldn't do that while drunk. That's true. Should we, have a toast or something? Wait, that's stupid. No, it isn't. Hold on, let me get some water while you open your cooler. I nod and open it as fast as possible. I'm ready. Renee looks at me with a glass of water, a glowing smile, and she shines. Me too. To new friendships. To new friendships. We drink in silence for a few moments until Renee giggles a bit. I look at her in confusion. I'm just happy, that's all. This really cheered me up. Because you weren't in a good mood at first?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was annoyed as hell when everyone assumed I was going to be the designated driver again. I think I'll always be the designated driver at this rate. Looking down at my feet, I think about how I am. I'm not very exciting as a person, after all. But that's not a bad thing. I don't like drinking most of the time, but since my tolerance is so high, it takes me forever to get drunk. See? Most people hate drinking with me because they get wasted way sooner than I do. I wonder what drinking with you would be like. I don't know if it'd be fun. I don't agree. I think it'd be really fun. I can tell you're hard on yourself, mostly because I am too. You shouldn't be. You seem like a really good person. You have a lot of faith in me. It's sweet. Faith is still a loaded word for me, but I try my best to take the compliment. I just want to believe in genuine good people while standing on my own 2 feet. So you've been burned too? Yeah, something like that. It's a long story, but I don't really have family anymore. Or friends. Fun stuff, right? Are they okay, or do you just not talk to them? I don't remember which is a good choice here. Do I want to bring up her stuff? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? I do not remember. Like I said, even if she doesn't end up with anyone, the story's good. Yeah, do you not talk to your family either? Renee suddenly seems very, very tense. She left. I'm not sure if I should do this one or the other one. Let me see. I'm rewinding because I'm curious. Yeah, I don't really talk to my family or former friends at all. They didn't die. I just don't talk to them. I'm sorry to hear that. That's always unfortunate when you can't connect with the people you're supposed to be closest to. Sometimes I wonder if that's an option for me, but maybe I'm being optimistic, or pessimistic depending on how you look at it. I think that I should shut up about this now though. You don't want to hear all this. You're sweet for listening this long. My family, the ones I don't talk to, they call me sweet a lot, you know? But in a way that didn't make me feel good. To make a long story short, I'm not used to that being a compliment. So you got this one of those backhanded, condescending compliments, right? Yeah, I did actually. You seem happy to have realized that. Do I? I mean, sort of. It's more like I'm happy to have found the words to what I went through. Is it liberating? It is, but I don't think I can describe it. You don't have to. I have a feeling I know exactly what you mean. That's a huge relief, actually. I let out a sigh and smile up at her. I'm really glad. That makes things easier, doesn't it? But yes, romance, no romance, whatever I end up getting, because I do not remember what goes to what here is fine by me. The game is just fun. It does. Most of the time when I get called sweet, I think they don't really mean it. But you're really nice?
Most people assume it's not sincere. If I'm being honest, I have some less than favorable rumors surrounding me. I understand. I bet my former family and friends have said that, and I'm too worldly. Now I sound really self-centered and like I have no idea what I'm talking about. Ugh. I don't even think most people consider worldly an insult. What was I thinking? I'm not sure what you mean. Care to elaborate? Renee doesn't look at me with that all-consuming judgment I know all too well. She just seems curious. Well, worldly was a bit of an insult in my family. It was like, you indulged in too much things. I think I get it a little now. Thanks for clarifying. It sounds like you've been through a lot. I don't know why I smile like that. Is it bad coping? Is it gratitude that someone's trying to understand? My reasons are unknown, even to me. But I am a little bit happy. Ah! That look again. I knew you were similar to me. How? Renee smiles reassuringly. She seems to be everything I'm not in some ways. It'd be easy to envy her, but I'd rather try and shine in my own way. That's what I decided for myself. Well, you're the type who's happy when they're growing. Or when you realize something important, even if it hurts, you're happy. That last part is more of what I aspire to be. You've got it down, though. Really? Totally. You're doing great at this party, in case no one's told you. Thank you, Renee. That means a lot to me. You make it sound like I've done a lot for you. We just chatted a bit and I totally spilled some of my guts. Renee laughs nervously. It's a little embarrassing, but it doesn't bug me as much if it's you for some reason. My heart skips a beat and proceeds to shoot straight up to my throat. Thank you. It's no problem. Oh no. This could be dangerous. Should I say my thoughts out loud? Should I leave and scream or something? What do I do to say that I'm starting to really like Renee? Then her phone starts to ring. The first thing I notice is the pretty waltz-like track that she has as her ringtone. Which, well, I guess I didn't get in the game, that's okay. The second thing is how pale Renee's face looks. Let me just let this ring. Anyway, what were you going to? But her phone keeps ringing, insistent and clinging. Renee looks at her phone, then at me, then at her phone again. It's just gonna keep ringing, isn't it? Are you okay? I'm so sorry to be that asshole. I really don't want to be, but at this rate I'm gonna have to take this before something worse happens. Is there anything I can do to help? Renee shakes her head. No, not really. It's okay though. I got this. I just have to be a little more like you. I clearly look as confused as I feel because she gives me another bright smile. Brave. I'll meet you here in a bit, okay? Okay. There is spectacularly good timing for me in the sense that I can process my emotions. However, I'm still worried about Renee. It can't be something with her family, right? What if they're just like mine? I shudder at the thought before heading out. I should be bold, brave, socialize. But how do I do that? Which person should I talk to next? Should I do the RNG thing again and see what it gives me now? It says Jack. Although I like Jim. Jack is cool too. Everybody in this game is great! And I do mean everybody. Well, most everybody. I will say that again. There's one person that is a total dick wheel. Dick wheel? Dick whistle. That's what I mean. I'm doing my best to maneuver through the party. It's times like these that I feel glad I don't have claustrophobia. She may not, but I do! It's not fun. Not at all. As I squeeze into the living room, I spot a familiar face. His werewolf costume is hard to miss, and the fact that he towers over everyone else at the party. Except Jimothy, but Jimothy's awesome. I have an announcement. Oops, I accidentally muted. Gah. I have an announcement.
several people stop and turn towards Jack, who is standing by the open front door.
The extra kegs have arrived.
Everyone lets out a loud cheer as Jack carries in 2 kegs on his shoulders.
Yeah, I know. I'm awesome and all that.
Jack places the kegs by the rest of the alcohol and stretches his arms. One second. So Jack places the kegs by the rest of the alcohol and stretches his arms.
Man, those things are heavy.
Jack's eyes meet mine and they light up. He rushes over to meet me. I unmute now. My thing was trying to not work. Jack's eyes meet mine, and they light up. He rushes over to meet me.
Sabrina. Just in time. Be my partner?
Partner?
I need a team member to play. My usual teammate is blackout drunk, so I sort of have to find a replacement.
What exactly are you playing? Here, one second.
Have you ever heard of cornhole before?
I slowly shook my head.
You're wasting your
and our time on that one, Jack. He surprisingly ignored them, eyes on my own.
It's an easy game, I promise. So will ya?
He pleaded. Play! It's a party, it's her first one. She needs to have all the funs. Even if it ends up being too much and she goes and breaks, who knows? Steeling myself, I turned to him with a smile. Sure. He nearly beamed in response, turning around before facing me with 4 palm-sized bags.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll show you where the game is being played.
Without even... Oh, I just noticed that on my monitor, he has a cute little scar on his lips. Nice. Without even thinking, Jack grabs my hand and excitedly pulls me towards our new destination. Whee! This game is pretty.
So that's where the corn part comes from, though they're not mostly filled with beans. Most likely filled with beans.
I see. He turned towards the board opposite of us, one also at our feet.
You take turns throwing all of your bags, trying to land in the hole. That's 3 points. Make it onto the board, that's 1. If you knock off an opponent's bag, that cancels out or nullifies their points. Make sense?
I slowly nodded, trying to remember everything that he said. He lightly touches my arm.
Don't worry, I'll explain as we go.
Okay, right. His opponent waves a hand. You ready yet?
Are you ready to be beat?
Jack responds with a confident grin. He instructed me to stand at the opposite end next to our opponent, their team member standing next to him.
Just hope that
jacket doesn't restrict your movements at all. Looks awfully tight. His smile widened, eyes narrowing.
Gotta show my pristine physique somehow. Besides,
Jack's eyes narrow more.
Just worry about yourself there and remember which of us is an athlete.
Was.
I'll tell you what, we beat these guys, and I'll tell you about it.
Deal. His smile vanished as he concentrated, swinging his right arm back and forth, front to back. Then, with a release of his hand, the bag went flying. Thud. On the board. So close to the hole, too.
First point to me, baby.
Don't get cocky now, it's still an early game.
Me? Cocky.
The person next to me merely chuckled, winding up for their shot. Thwack. Theirs landed on the opposite board as well. Eventually, everyone else but me had gone. Jack looked up at me, nodding slightly. Right. I can do this. I tried mirroring what he had done, taking a few practice throws before finally releasing the bag. We all watch as it sails through the air before Bud lands just shy of the board. And yes, Jack is awesome. Renee is awesome, Jack is awesome, Jim is awesome, and even the punk in the tub, although he is way too much like my dad for my comfort, is awesome. Everybody in this game except one specific character are wonderful human beings and adorable, and they are all sweeties. But, there's one asshole. I could feel embarrassment creep up my cheeks, hands curling into fists.
Nice throw, Sabrina.
What? But I didn't even make it on the board. Oops. 1 second, I have to drink something and cough. My throat's being bad. My dad's leaving with the van, but yes. Yay for mics that have mute buttons on top too. So any vibrating sound here in the back, sorry, it's my dad leaving.
It was still a great shot for someone who's never played before. Next time, aim a little higher so your bag goes farther.
I nod, smiling slightly. Unlike me, I have horrible aim. I would be failing and probably smacking myself in the face with a beanbag somehow. Believe me, I don't know how, but I've done something like that before with things. He kept making it onto the board, oftentimes knocking off the opponent's bags. Is that his strategy? Collect the low points and eliminate theirs? Though he almost seems upset. Annoyed even, and that was while he was winning. He wasn't making the winning shot. Maybe I should aim. I eyed the round hole. I tossed the bag in my hand a few times before flattening it in my palm. Swinging a few times, I made eye contact with Jack. Oops. Startled, I released too soon and the bag flying to the wayside. It landed to the left of the board by a few feet. I really messed up that one. I look up to the sound of clapping, her opponent putting their hands together, dripping with sarcasm. Before I could shrink back, a voice calls out to me, clear and soft.
Ignore them, Sabrina. You're doing amazing.
I could only put on a smile. I don't want to let him down. We were winning, but only because of his skills. But also, orange-shush red-headed jocks are awesome. There's one in Bandcamp Boyfriend 2, and that one is the himboiest of himbos of all time. Like, I'm not even joking. That guy is like the epitome of pure himbo-ness of brain damage. But, you know, it's what. But this guy's a sweetie bean. I shouldn't have played, should I? I'm only dragging him down.
Keep that up and do your best, okay? The point is to have fun, not win.
And that's exactly what a loser would say.
And yet we're winning.
Right. Beating myself up won't help him. Exhaling deeply, I let calmness spread over my body, feeling my muscles relax. With just one swing, I let go of the bag, watching it soar across the air. Thunk. I don't believe it. I made it!
Woohoo!
He cheered. My bag nestled under the board, having landed right in the hole.
Yeah!
3 points to Sabrina.
I grinned, mirroring his contagious energy. I felt the strange sensation of wanting to give him a hug, but remained standing where I was. My smile widened, cheeks tinged with a slight pain from the new action. Even so, smiling felt wonderful. I forgot how amazing being truly, unapologetically happy felt. Alright, you got a wild card, that's all.
Nah, bro, that right there, that's natural talent.
His eyes meet mine. This time, I didn't look away.
Jack's face turns slightly reddish and he breaks eye contact, letting out a nervous fake cough. Is he okay? Before I could ask, the game continued, moment gone.
Everybody in this game is great.
And the unsurprising victor of the game is Team 2. He walked over towards me, the other players discussing their unfair defeat. Congrats, Sabrina, you killed it. You got on the board a few times and even got a hole in one.
Huh? It really isn't anything.
Nah, nonsense, you were fantastic.
I look up at him. A small but gentle, honest smile creeps up on his face.
I'm glad you played with me, Sabrina.
I smile back. Me too.
It was
surprisingly a fun game. Oops, I always try to go to his. Oopsie.
Surprisingly?
I think half the fun was playing with you.
Really?
He rubbed the back of his head, averting his gaze.
Anyway, yeah, thanks. You just helped me retain my undefeated record.
Undefeated?
Yeah, people take these party games crazy serious. Everyone wants bragging rights and nothing screams bragging rights more than beating the all-star QB.
But really, I should be thanking you. I'm normally not all that social, so joining others, sometimes even my own family and activities can be... I lick my lips, looking for the right word.
Scary?
Yeah, scary. So I'm glad you pushed me to play, even though initially I might have been cursing you for it. And hey, Kana. Ooh, and 1 second. Because she is awesome and plays wonderful things in JRPGs, and I am slowly corrupting her to the ways of Otome. She is an awesome, awesome peep, and I am glad to know her. Because everybody, you guys are wonderful people. So I'm glad you pushed me to play, even though I initially thought I might have been cursing you for it. Unsurprisingly, Jack's laugh is as deep as his voice, naturally pleasant to the ears. The whole point of me going to this party was to have fun and make friends. I like to think I've accomplished that. He didn't say anything back, just gazed at me softly. Oh, my shoulder popping. After a few moments, he coughed, breaking contact. He ran a hand through his hair before his eyes met mine once more.
I'd like to think that, too.
So... I began, not entirely sure where I was headed. Have you always been good at sports? I bet playing football helped with your aim. He stiffened slightly, plastering on a smile.
Yeah, it might have helped. Right, I guess I owe you that explanation for the whole was thing, huh?
Jack lets out a strained sigh before giving me a small smile.
I actually quit.
Oh? I hadn't expected that. Was there a reason why?
Ha ha.
Do I need one?
He laughed, albeit sounding forced. I suppose not. No, I suppose not.
Thanks for saying that. I'm so tired of people freaking out at me saying that. Honestly, I must have heard the same damn thing a million times since I made my decision. It's so tiring.
Still, I'm sure you had a reason, right?
I did, but it's not important. Don't want to bog you down with the nitty-gritty.
Jack seemed slightly bothered by the general conversation.
Besides, football was never my favorite sport.
Why'd you play it then? He walks over and grabs one of the free drinks laying around and downs half of it in one gulp.
That helps. You have like 5 minutes to spare, right? It's a long story.
Sure.
My dad was a QB back in high school. He was the star of the team. Pretty much everyone knew him. He was destined to make it into a high-end college and maybe even the major leagues.
Of course, Kana. And yes, I has the people here and the Otomes and
He was...
Okay, right there. Already good.
Until he ruined his knee.
Sports injury?
Nah. He went to get out of bed and took a bad step. Shot his knee all the hell and back. Just like that, his entire life goal was thrown off, all from getting out of bed.
Jesus.
Ever since I was a kid, my dad was building me up to do what he couldn't, live out the dream he never got to. Truthfully, I always hated the sport, but well, when your father is living his own dreams through you, it's kinda hard to tell him no.
Jack lets out a sigh and drinks the rest of his cup in a single large gulp. It must have taken a lot of courage to quit.
Yeah, well, a lot of courage and being thrown out of home.
You got thrown out?
Yeah, something like that. I quit right before our big playoff game. There were scouts there looking at the players. Didn't have the nerve to tell my father I quit until after he went to the game and saw I wasn't playing.
Are you homeless?
Nah, I'm bunking with a friend. I'm working on getting a dorm room on the college grounds. I'll manage though, no worries.
Jack gives me a reassuring smile, but behind the facade is someone who is clearly still dealing with a lot of stress and emotion. Yeah, you can see this game is all about little people's little traumas. Yay! All of our little neuroticisms. It's fun. Jack walks up and places a hand on my shoulder.
Hey, don't worry, things will fix themselves. Besides, I actually made it into college off my grades, not my skill as a football player. Anyway, there's a party waiting inside, might as well go enjoy it.
Jack gives me a small smirk before heading back inside.
What are we still doing out here? Let's head back to the party.
Into the party. He didn't wait for my reply, large form already passing through the open doorway. Yay, happy peeps. Good to see you guys. I follow him back into the party and begin pondering. I find myself in the living room once again, tapping my foot to the attractive beat.
Hey.
Hey,
And this is the pretty but horrible.
what's that look for?
Nothing. What look?
You look like a scared rabbit.
I'm not scared. He tossed his head back in a laugh, eyes gleaming in the low lights.
Oh, prove it.
Prove it?
Yeah, prove you aren't scared of me.
I bite my lip, wondering how to get out of this. Ignoring his suggestive tone, my eyes trail over his smiling, smug face before finally landing on the cup in his hand. Ouch. Without thinking, I reach out, grab the cup, and dump the contents into my mouth. I cough a little, surprised by the hard liquor he clearly added himself.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
I can only grimace as the thought of my lips touching the same surface as his. There, I say, wiping my mouth with my arm. Satisfied? The skin around his eyes crinkled slightly as he grinned, leaning closer to my ear to whisper softly.
Hardly.
I take a small step back, him noticing. He's been smiling nonstop, amused by everything I do. Or don't do, for that matter. Taking a sip of my drink to get rid of the hard liquor taste, a strange sense of calm washes over me. Whether from the drink or not, I don't care. I was thankful for the courage. Well, I should probably go use the restroom. He suddenly turns toward me.
Who else have you met? I hope they're all that you expected. I'd hate to burst your bubble.
I really don't want to tell him. In the end, due to his staring, I find myself giving in. Jack.
Well, anyone's better than Jack.
Jack? He seems nothing but kind.
Don't tell me you didn't notice. He's a total player. All he cares about is chasing women.
He didn't come across that way to me at all. However, he is really popular. It wasn't difficult to picture him surrounded by cheering fans. A curdling sensation flowed through my gut, making me hunch over slightly. Does Nico really know something I don't? He suddenly said, as if remembering something.
You said you had to go use the bathroom a while ago, didn't you?
That's right.
Well, I don't want to make you wait. Hurry back.
He sang and cooed, eyes half-lidded. I didn't bother bidding a farewell and leaving him in that sour situation as fast as possible, a tinge of fear propelling me towards the bathroom. I tapped nervously on the door. It's me. Are you in there? Are you? Can I come in? I'd assumed as much. Just get in here. I push open the door and nearly explode in a laugh. He's lounged worse in the tub. One leg hangs over the tub, the other scales up the bathroom wall. His head is curled off to the side, all of him twisted and askew. His eyes roll towards me and he smiles.
Hey.
Ding dong, witch is here, sup deviant. You look ridiculous. I close the door and stand over him, my arms crossed over my chest, and I tilt my head too. I mean, to be fair, right now, so do you. You're upside down to me. Then sit up, I've lots to tell you. He shifts and shuffles, and otherwise curls into comfort. When I look over again, he's like a leather-wrapped mummy. Spill the potion, witch. I tried.
Hell yeah.
Good. Did it go better? Yes? I think I'm getting the hang of it. He points a finger and clicks his tongue, his head still upside down. You look like a depressed unicorn. Hey, it takes a long time to make this hair look this magical. He lifts a finger and curls it with pride and a twirl of his finger. Hey, oh wait, no, never mind, that's a terrible joke. That hasn't stopped you before. Slander. I laugh a little and his chest bounces with a chuckle. I'm proud of you for going at it again, you got guts. I don't know for how much longer. I rub a hand across my stomach. It burbles and churns. You still nervous? Yeah, just a lot of emotions, all at once. I make myself comfortable on the toilet lid. When I sit still for a moment, a wave of nausea hits me. I lift a hand to my head and close my eyes as the room wobbles and sways.
Hey.
Hey. He shifts and moves until he's leaning over the edge of the tub. What is it? My stomach. Did you drink too much? I don't think so. You look pale. I really don't feel great all of a sudden. A line of black moves towards me. May I? Help me, Obi Punk Kenobi. You're my only hope. I leaned a little closer toward him and he slides his palm over my forehead. Scanning for possessions, stand by. I snort a laugh and regret it immediately. Hey. I try and say, but something else burbles. I double over and fall forward towards the wall and floor. The lid is up before I even turn around, and when I lean over and dry heave, there's hands in my hair holding it up and another on my back.
There.
Get it up and let it spew, little volcano. After a moment of nothing, I fall away, back against the wall, legs against the cold floor, and a headache. I don't understand. Everything aches. The punk in the bathtub leans forward till his elbows are on the peaks of his knees.
You okay?
That's not alcohol making you sick, is it? When I look over, I feel like I should lie, but it feels a little helpless now. I feel a soft shake of my head and my mouth moves in the shape of a no, but nothing escapes me. When I manage to roll my eyes on him, the ghosts are back, blurring my vision. There's a lid of a crypt sliding over me, and I want to scream out, but I can't find my voice. I can't find my lungs. Even now, I feel a shake and then it all just gargles out of me, vomiting words instead of alcohol. I don't know why I'm here. I'm trying, and I think I'm making friends, but in the end it feels futile. I feel like I'm gonna wake up and realize I was just dreaming and that I never really left. Everything I learned since leaving my family behind is really just some fantasy I've created. And I try and knock that out of my head, but it keeps coming back.
It's a constant set of disapproving eyes waiting for me to make a mistake or even find a modicum of happiness. And I'm afraid the light switch will flick and I'll realize it's all a cruel joke and...
Hey.
Hey, just breathe. He leans a little closer to me. What's the capital of France? What? I stare at him like he's got 1,000 heads. Paris? He nods and lifts both hands. And how many fingers do you see? 10? The punk in the bathtub nods again. And what do you smell? That awful freaking air freshener in the hall. It's so strong. Oh, it is fucking awful. Like a bunch of candy corn farting monsters. But see, look. The backs of his fingers flick the air softly towards me. His arms wrap around the top of his knees. Now take a deep breath. And I can. Glad you're back. What kind of witchcraft was that? What was all that? I was trying to help you focus and redirect. I know I'm staring at him blankly. It makes him shift away from me and lean back against the tub.
No.
I have things that I do, you know? I'm not just some nevermind. We sit in silence for a moment. It's awkward. I hate it. Maybe I should go. That's up to you. I'm gonna choose the other one. I'm gonna thank him instead, because he's fun. Though the witchcraft was there. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what happened. I do. I like being nice. It's fun in this game. This one's awesome. And I don't remember, I still like the witchcraft one. I don't remember which is good or bad, but since it seemed awkward after, I'm doing this one because I regret every decision in my life half the time. Whee! He leans even closer to me, wrapping his legs even closer to his chest. His knees connect to it as he sits attentively. The doctor is in. Are you the doctor? I run a hand across my makeup and steal a square away from the toilet paper roll. I dab it once around my eyes, but it lowers to my lap where my fingers tear at it nervously. I'm licensed, kinda. Can you be licensed in snarky comebacks? As if
No.
you could teach us in schools, how dare! I see a smile crack on his face. Yeah, this one, I like that. This one is definitely better, although I still like the whole, what kind of witchcraft was that? But this is wonderful. I feel the corner of my mouth turn too. Are you really licensed? He nods his head. Take a guess, it'll be fun. Fun for you. Obviously. I let a huff escape me. I bring my own knees closer and lean into the edge of the tub, resting on my arm and elbow. He doesn't move, except for his eyes that are as serious as tombstones. When he sits there like that, he looks like a bat. I wouldn't know where to guess. My head hurts. Did the zombies get ya? They might as well, and the vampires. His head tilts on his knee, and the little curl shifts. Still feeling ill. I hum. He nestles in a little closer to me. Honestly, my head hurts a little too. Call me misery, but I could use some company. A second. Are the empty bottles not very chatty? Okay, I'm not sure that's a good one or bad one. Let me see. Okay, his face shifts and retracts away. I don't care if it's good or bad. I'm just gonna keep it. He lifts one. I don't know.
No.
You talk to it and tell me. Tell me your secrets. All right, I'll bite. I mean, I'd hope so. He peels away before I can retort. But the gaze that he tries to keep away springs back with a wink and a smile. But you're a witch, not a vampire, so I think I'm safe. He stretches out in the tub, feet up on the wall and arms flailing. Anyway, go on, ask away. Now I don't know what to start with. I'm afraid it might summon other creatures. Why? Oh, did you? He leans forward towards me, to me. Did you just try to make a joke? Aw, that was not good at all. I flail a hand in his direction to shoo him away. He leans back with a chest full of laughter, a hand to his chest over the patches and pins. Do you play anything? He nods. guitar, bass, backing vocals. I have since I was a kid, alone at least. I love music. I love what it did for people and what it did for me. I fell in love with rock and punk and alt and all the subgenres. It always helped me work out my frustrations. When I played, I don't know. All of the fucked up things in the world seemed more manageable. I thought I could take everything that I loved about it and channel it into making a difference. Somehow. Some way. They look to me and sighs. I'm much more of a dreamer than I think I originally let on. That's not a bad thing. It fits you. I wanted to change the world until I realized that I could do that on a much smaller level. My brain. Smaller level. Maybe not the world, but someone's world. So I'm just wrapping up the end of my music therapy license. I hope music can help people, help them like it helped me. Helped you how? You little deviant. They seem like first date sort of questions. Gonna have to buy me a bucket of popcorn and dinner first. We laugh, and it fills the room like we've haunted it. I watch him for a moment before my own gaze drifts to the beer bottles. I squint my eyes and lift one up, not immediately recognizing it. It's non-alcoholic. Ginger beer. I look him over again, and I realize, you're as anxious as I am, aren't you? His whole body stiffens, and the hand he had resting against his chin drifts and deflates. He locks on me, and the veneer of snarky punk is gone. His jaw locks. My ex is here. She and I... He tries to say more, but he can't get it out. While I wait, something strikes me like lightning. He's been hiding! Actually hiding from this person. Not out of awkwardness, but fear. His lip curls in as he bites across it to keep from trembling. You found me out, huh? His hand lowers and a hand goes over his face to block me from seeing him. What happened? I suppose it would be fair to say the easy answer is, she broke up with me, but it wasn't that. I can't even speak right now. Then tell me something simple. Yeah, like what? He rubs his fingers against his eyes and furrows his brows. Like your name, for starters. His hand wilts, and the look that falls over me is pitiful. Even though his face is red, he manages a soft smile. Right, you're right. Reggie. Sabrina. I guess all my witch jokes are moot now. I give him a soft smile. I'll suffer through them. He snorts hard enough that shakes his shoulders before he slips deeper into the bathtub. Really, only one of us should, and you've got the party to attend. Reggie, I would have left hours ago, and probably regretted it, if you hadn't helped me. I'm not gonna let you sit here alone. What happened? He looks me over, as cold and as hollow as a midnight wind. He tries again to speak, but instead the rest of him shrinks, tiny and small. Wrapped up in all his black clothes, he looks like a little bat. She was not who I thought she was. What started off small turned into these big. I went from having someone I liked being around to someone whose very thought I had of her made me question everything I was. Everything I cling to, she would just pick away at until... He tenses more, and despite the thick jacket that disguises him, I can see the soft shakes. When he finally looks over, he doesn't have to say another word. We lock eyes, and I understand. He runs a hand again over his face, and uses it again to block it from me. So anyway, when I finally joined the band, after working up the courage for it for, I don't know, a year, she got mad and, well, she made sure she ruined that for me too. I finally had the guts to tell her all. She, spent every waking moment making me regret ever asking for her number. He exhales and rubs his face again. Exhales. I know how to say the word. I swear, I promise. In the end, I'm a coward through and through. I couldn't tell her off then, and the second I found out she was here, I panicked and have been hiding out in here. What kind of punk am I if I can't even tell off a person who made me feel small? I don't know what to say. I don't know how to even reply. I put my hand out and offer it to him. Reggie, take my hand. I lean forward, getting to my knees and holding his shaking hand in mine. We shake together. Neither of us can speak, but the fact that we both of us tear up a little when we lock eyes says far more than words ever could. Still, as I stare at him, I try. We don't let them steal our lives anymore. I cry and lift a hand to wipe the tears away. No more. Promise. I can't describe his face. He shakes a little more. I'm not brave like you. Not anymore. No, damn it, they don't get to win. My heart is racing. I'm livid for him. That's just absurd. You're here at the party still, when you could have run away. You didn't. Sure, you retreated, but you didn't give up. I feel my face burn. My heart is on fire. How can you just sit there and tell me to be brave and build me up all night, and yet you have nothing for yourself? Oops, I did not mean to go to the menu. No, I won't stand for this. Get up, go with me. We'll do this thing together. My vision blurs again. The ghosts are back, but this time they're hot and angry. We can't be scared if we're together. I'm not leaving you behind. No. I get to my feet and angrily run my hands across my face. Fine, stay here. Let her win. Again. We let them win again. Let them keep stealing everything away from the both of us. I don't listen for a response. I'm out the door with a huff and a slam. I grab a piece of candy from one of the dozen bowls around the party and look around. Who should I talk to? Let's do Jack and then Jim if he's around, because they're both awesome. Although Jack has, not my favorite song, because each of them has a unique ending song and they're all beautiful. But 1 minute. Wee Cottonmouth. For reasons, but still. The music is blaring as I walk around the living room. I spot an open spot on a couch and slink into it, hoping nobody notices me. As I settle in, I spot 2 cups getting lowered down into my field of view. Confused, I glance up to spot a familiar face. The werewolf costume and build make them unmistakable. Alright, time we make this a proper party for you.
By drinking cheap beer?
Nah, cheap beer is for people who don't have me as a friend. Come with me.
I get off the couch and follow Jack to a table with tons of different alcoholic drinks on it. Jack grabs several different drinks and begins carefully mixing them together. His movements are quick and efficient. He definitely knows his way around his mixed drinks.
And here we go, 1 Jack special done and ready.
You know your way around drinks.
Like I said, I've been to enough parties that they all blend together. You pick up a few things here and there. Now here, give this a whirl.
I grab the drink and take a moment to examine it before taking a small sip. To my surprise, it has a very pleasant taste. There's still that alcoholic burn from some of the previous drinks I've had at the party, but it's masked by how good it tastes. Whoa, this tastes great!
Yeah, it's a Long Island iced tea with a few extra twists. Learned it after a guy put up the recipe as a bet in a drinking game.
You do a lot of drinking games, huh?
Comes with the reputation. A lot of people want to take on the popular guy. Well, that and I currently own pretty much all the records at the college.
I take a bigger sip, taken in by the strong yet delicious taste.
Whoa, better take it a bit easy. It might not taste it, but the drink kicks like a mule.
I don't see you getting plastered.
Yeah, well, I'm also 6'4" and have a high alcohol tolerance. I don't usually get that drunk.
Must be nice.
Not when you always end up a designated driver.
Ha ha.
I tried getting drunk after I quit the football team, but I ended up just getting sick instead. Guess I'm just cursed.
I notice my stomach start to turn violently. A wave of nausea comes over me.
Oh, hey, you look like crap.
Gee, thanks.
Hold on, let me guess.
Jack leans in closer to me, causing my face to flush red. I could almost feel his breath against me before he finally pulls back.
And that's it, I'm calling it.
What?
Wait right here.
I shivered as his absence left the cool lingering in the air. He soon returned with a cup in his hand. Water? I take a slow sip. The water is cool, and I feel at ease.
You're a newbie, so you don't know the rules to drinking.
There are rules?
Oh yeah, several actually, but it's not your fault for not knowing. I know people who have been to more parties than me who still forget a rule or two. You probably didn't eat before drinking, so you're really feeling it. You need to have at least 1 glass of water per drink you consume.
This is good information in general for people who want to go partying and don't yet.
Preferably more, depending on how much you can drink.
Thanks, I wasn't aware. Jack gives me a small smile. His aggressive-looking demeanor really belies a friendly soul.
I know, but that's what I'm here for. I made the same mistake a few times myself. Once ended up spending half a party in front of a toilet.
That doesn't sound fun.
You think vodka burns going down? Try it going back up.
Jack lets out a light chuckle. While I wait for the water to do its magic, I glance down, noticing a flower on his arm. That's a beautiful tattoo.
You think so?
I reach out without thinking, tracing the ink with a fingertip.
I'm no artist, so...
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I'm jealous.
Well, thank you.
What made you want to get a flower design? Most men I see get some sort of tribal paint.
Those were never my thing. Actually, well, I just love flowers.
Really?
I know, a 6'4" X-star QB liking flowers hardly seems fitting, right? Even so, I enjoy them.
Enjoy them? Like their scents?
That too, but I enjoy just being around them. They instantly lift my mood. My go-to place is definitely the opposite of this scene.
You say that as someone who's bragged about going to 100 parties.
Well, my reputation comes with certain expectations. Even this party isn't exempt from that. I only came to because a party doesn't count as a success unless the great Jackson Oslin goes to it.
Jackson is your full name?
Yep. Named after my father, went by Jack because I didn't like how formal Jackson sounded.
I think Jack suits you better. He lets out... Ow. I bonked my foot. He lets out an amused laugh.
Me too.
There's a comfortable silence in the air for just a moment. For some reason, I feel pleased that he shared this with me.
So, you like gardening?
Oh, well... I had a tiny vegetable patch growing up, but that was about it. Was that my phone being like, you're gonna have an alarm soon? I think so. Good. I'll know when to mute. Good. Oh, and we had some flower beds against the house. They were the kind that kept coming back year after year.
Perennial.
1 second. Perennials. Ah, I see. My favorite had to be moonflowers.
Huh?
Moonflowers?
I don't know the scientific name or anything, but the flowers opened up at night.
Sorry, I like flowers, but I'm hardly an expert or anything. Still though, sounds beautiful.
What's your favorite?
Blue orchids. Blue is my favorite color.
Really? Blue is a nice color.
Really?
Yeah, it suits you.
I suppose so.
He smiles at the compliment. The smile is interrupted when someone grabs Jack's arm and tells him he's needed somewhere. Jack apologizes to me before heading off.
Sorry, I'll catch you later, okay?
Sure. Which person should I talk to next? Should I do Renee again, or should I do Jim? Because some of you have not seen Jimothy. And I'll probably just go for Jack or the punk in the tub because, well, both, whoever it lets me. I'm just doing whatever answers, going with the wind and the flow. Jim stands between two other members who I can only guess are part of the TNT group. They're bickering. I like this song, though. Jim stands betwixt them, desperate to get them to stop, but anytime his mouth opens, they talk over him. I'm not sure which is which, so... How could you not know she was the High Fairy Queen? She was speaking freaking Fae! I don't... Okay, that was a girl. Okay, the whole first part. She was speaking freaking Fae. I don't speak Fae. Your character does. No, they don't. Yes, they do. You learned it from the bard we tied up in the back of the bakery and threatened with a baguette. No, I didn't. Did I, Jim?
Yes.
Yeah, you did. It's in the notes in the recap in our wiki. Wow, Jim, way to not support your brother. You're not my brother. You're Theomantius' long-lost step-cousin. We're not related by blood. By the way, this is Jim, or as one person calls him, Jimothy. But Theomantius is his character in his D&D TNT, well, TNT in this universe, but you know, thing. We're not related by blood. I don't believe that at all. How can you be so careless? I guess, really, I shouldn't be surprised. What's that supposed to mean? As useless in-game as in out. Hey, come on. Wow, are you just gonna let her say that to me, Jim? Can't this wait until after the party? Can't we just enjoy Halloween? No! Come on, really, what would the Grand Duke of? This is more than some TNT spat now, Jim. He's been showing up late, not pitching in with food or beer, and when he does happen to be sober enough to play, he nearly gets us killed. How many more times can we pull ourselves out of a TPK?
Hey.
This is not something we can hash out right now. We can do it later when there isn't a party. You just don't want to pick a side. Way to be the true fucking neutral, Jim. Jim's face drops. Yeah, don't bother. We both know this is too much for you, Jim. Jim's face flattens along with his spirits.
Hey.
Come on, we can. Look. Red alert, rescue Jim, now! I storm over and grab Jim by the wrist. I throw on a big smile. Jim! All of them turn to look at me. I think I saw some kids knocking over the pumpkins on your porch. I winked pointedly at him to get the point across.
What?
The Jacko. Oh, Kuso. Come on, I think we can catch them. Kate, hi! Good to see you here too. This is Hearts and Hexes, by the way, Kate, and you still need to play this because this game is great, and I promise, it is wonderful. Then I yank on Jim's wrist, tearing him away from the bickering party mates. There's also a big lumberjack werewolf man here, and he is a big softie. And there is an adorable D&D dork, which we are currently helping escape his group mates that are fighting. And there's a cute fairy girl, and there's a punk in the tub. And he's in he's hiding in there from his ex. I don't look behind, nor do I feel him protest. Yeah. This one is short though, and it's Halloween themed, so you only have a couple of days. Hearts and Hexes, it's on itch.io. You should get it. I think I've linked it to you before, actually. Unsure. I pulled him onto the front porch and into the cold night air. His eyes are a little distant still. Thanks. No problem. Sorry I couldn't do it sooner. But why? You didn't have to. They were being ridiculous and frankly cruel. Jim huffs and a hand moves to his chest where he rubs it softly. He forces a smile. Are you okay?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not. He slips a hand into his pocket and pulls out a little case where a cigarette lies protected away. Each of the four, is it 4 or 5? I think 4 romanceable characters in this game has their own unique ending song. And this game has a couple of actual voice scenes upcoming. He pops into the corner of his lip and pats around his body for a light. Fuck. Are you? I need a light. The jack-o'-lantern? Jim steals a candle from the jack-o'-lantern to light his cigarette before taking a long, steady, and held breath. A second. The insides hurt. Oof. After a few seconds, he exhales and drops his tense shoulders. He replaces the candle, and the cigarette leaves his lips to snake a trail of smoke across the railing. I'm getting close to the end, and I still have close to a half hour before the kids should be home, I think. Jim leans against it, his head lowered. Jim? He looks over.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. You smoke? No, not really. I picked it up in Germany and managed to quit for a while. But some dipshit stole my anxiety meds, so I'm a little fucked at the moment. They stole... Who steals meds? I wish I knew. Jim leans into the railing. Thank you for... I'm sorry you had to witness that. You're at a party and you're supposed to be having fun. I'm more concerned about you right now. That's sweet of you, but I lean on the rail next to him. There's quiet for a moment as Jim takes another drag of his cigarette. Can I ask, why do you let them talk to you like that? I don't know. I don't like confrontation. It makes me, well, you're looking at it. I think when... Never mind, it's silly. He takes another drag to redirect. Should I press the issue gently or sit in silence? Because I've been making the choices this time, guys. Save me. Save me from the choices. If you want. Otherwise, I'll just be like, I'm trying to do whatever's nice. Either way, because I don't remember what is. It's been I've played this last, February of 2022, and it's fun. I will get the link before the end, because I forget. Let's see. I'll see if this is good or not, I guess. It's not silly. Not to me. My tongue gets stuck. I want to say it, but it feels like this creature is in my throat, tugging all my words back and down into my chest. And frankly, I never roll high enough in my strength to save to win. Ah, shit, I'm talking about TNT again. I was never allowed to voice my opinions back home. Everything in my life was controlled. I didn't even really curse until I got to college. There were times the anger would sit in the back of my throat and all I wanted to do was scream. But it just turned to acid and I'd be left silent anyway. Acid damage is the worst for all.
I'm
sorry. I don't mind you talking about TNT. I kinda like it. You say that before I've really gotten into a classic Jim rant. I like your rants. You're passionate. It makes your eyes glow. Sorry, haven't hung out with this one enough to romance this one. Jimothy is nice though. Just wanted to introduce him to people. My eyes glow. Yeah, when you talk about it, you have sunshine in your eyes. Or, since it's Halloween, jack-o'-lanterns or full moons? Or, why are you looking at me like that? You are delightfully unexpected. Jim twists out the cigarette before it's done. He drops it in an empty solo cup on the porch with others. We've talked far more about me than you. What do you want me to talk about? Whatever you're comfortable with. I don't think there's much for me to say. I fear you might find me terribly boring. Given what I know about you already, I very much doubt that. He leans into the railing with both hands, head tilted toward me. His eyes glow, radiant and warmly. There's a coy smile across his lips. Roll the die, see what happens. This is my first Halloween party, and the first time I've ever really dressed up. I wasn't sure what to do, but being a witch felt right. It's a good choice, classic costume and excellent connotations. Really? How so? Witches were always in opposition to religious organizations because they represented vocal, unabashedly independent women and were a major threat to the monarchy and patriarchy, at least in an English Anglo context. Standing up, even if fiscally, to oppressing powers made them a threat, so they were ruthlessly villainized and made ugly to dissuade people against them. Spinsters were really just women in the fabric industry who are financially independent, but of course you can't have that, so they were made into what we think of them today. Same thing with a lot of... Sorry, I'm ranting again. Really, down with the patriarchy, it hurts everyone. So, what I'm saying is, you being a witch is so wonderfully on to the point to everything you're overcoming. Is, my thought. Anyway, enough of a classic Jim rant, we're talking about you. Jim, you're ridiculous! Adorable. Thanks. So, did you go to college nearby? Yeah, on and off, and I didn't get to a secular school before. And I was only allowed to go because of my scholarship. Because the whole I got you. I imagine it... My dad's back. I imagine it was a bit of a culture shock then. Depressingly so. Yeah, when I got back to the States, I was always that weird guy. I mean, I am already, and I own it now. But at first, everything was so alien. College was really the first time I wasn't the odd one out. Yeah? Other international students or those who have traveled. It was really nice to be able to talk to people about things and have them actually understand. And there we go, we're talking about me again. Yeah, I guess we are. Sorry. No need to say sorry. Among other things, I'm learning to not be a mouse. My family made me feel like a mouse, like I was a pest, an annoying, ugly little ugly thing. That my voice was never actually mine, but a little squeak. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. My dad got back with drinks for me. Woohoo! That's awful. I'm sorry they did that. You know, fun fact brought to you by Jim. In German, it's a term of endearment.
Mäuschen.
Mauschen. Yep. That's cute. Yeah, you know, if you don't think about the Black Plague and all. But really, that was rats, so... Mauschen. Yeah, close enough. Ah, shit, that sounded extra cute when you say it. Anyway, so yeah, I had a point somewhere, I think. Roll for investigation there, Jimothy. 1 sec. I really like that. I bat my eyelashes for emphasis and smile and nod to really drive home the point. Nice sleight of hand there. I think you'd make a fun thief. Stealing hearts, and the words right out of me mouth. Jim crosses his arms over his chest and stares down at me. Spit the acid and ask me. If I'm a thief, I feel like I'd want something in trade. A barter? I'll allow it. Roll for persuasion. I'll spit the acid if you promise not to give up trying to fight the creature in your throat. It's not like I don't try, I just doesn't seem to be enough. It will, one day. I know it. I don't know where this confidence is from, but thank you. I like to think so, too. He turns away, and I knock my shoulder into his. It will. Sometimes, the hardest step in doing something you're afraid of is the first one you take. I think we both have experiences with that, don't we? There's another moment of quiet. Thanks again for this. I'm really glad we could talk more. Me too. I won't keep you anymore. I should probably get back to my duties as host and find me again later. I'll try to, yeah. Jim pushes himself off the railing and motions for the door, holding out his arm to usher me in. I follow. Before we re-enter the party, Jim grabs my arm quickly, capturing my attention.
Motion.
Till later, motion. I can't say it right now. My throat is ag and I sound like ass, I bet, but still, hey! I has energy drink and lack of sleep and body pains. Whee! He drifts into the party, a sapphire ghost with jack-o'-lantern eyes. And while everything about that should signal that he is cold and otherworldly, when I speak with him, the world feels small. Not small like the way I've known it, but like I have been shouting across the globe, hoping for someone to hear me. And there he is, and I know I'm heard. It's a weird feeling, but I think I could get used to it. Motion. I think to myself, I like it. I like how he says it. Even if I feel small, I'm not a pest. I'm cute. It's with that I feel my cheeks blush, and I realize I must look like an idiot standing in the party, blushing about. Okay, Sabrina, the party. Focus on the party. I let the cool night air rush past my face, taking some time to sit on the outside could help me recharge. A lot has happened tonight, but at least I can take this time to slow things down. Or so I thought. I feel a familiar, icy sensation.
Hey.
I see you've met up with some of the other partiers, then. Want to know more about them? I happen to know just about everyone here. Jack, guess because you want to know about that weakling? Weakling? He seems strong to me. He might be physically fit, but he's a yellow belly through and through. It's no wonder he quit football. That's true. He did say that he quit. Yet it was never implied it was due to being yellow-bellied. Jack is kind and sometimes a bit soft. That doesn't make him a coward, though, does it? Guess he couldn't handle the nature of the game. Had to let his folks and everyone else down. If you find anyone else you want to learn more about, just give me a holler. I'm doing a mighty fine service tonight, aren't I? Now you at least know who to avoid. I stand there, under the glow of the porch light, staring at Nika with his cat ears and his grin. Everything he ever said tonight was about someone else. I don't think I ever heard a peep about him. Who to avoid? This sits on my tongue like a Sour Patch gummy. It coils and sucks the sweetness out of the air. Why would I want to avoid anyone? These people have been nothing but kind to me. Why would I?
A second.
And then I realize his words are familiar, twisted and foul little tendrils of manipulations, like knotted and rotten limbs of a dead tree. They ensnare me, suffocate my thoughts so all I can focus on is him. Oh gods! My lungs feel tight again, I feel wobbly and horrible. He's just like them. Just like my family. His smile is sordid and fake. His words are poison. I fell for it again. I think I want to go inside. I don't know how I have the courage to say that, but I do. I move away, lifting each dead weight of my legs. Run. But as soon as I'm swimming in the current of masks and costumes, I feel the pull again, and he's got me.
This party is dead.
And now it's time for
Come
the
on.
voice scene, so I'm...
Why don't we go have some fun elsewhere?
Yay. And you can hear their actual, much better than my voices, because these characters are all voiced by amazing, talented, freaking awesome peeps. I jolt as his hand rests on my shoulder. It's heavy and firm, no room for negotiating. I don't think I want to. No.
Let me show you a good party. It is your first Halloween. Shouldn't it be grand? Or at least better than this dump.
All I can manage to do is shake my head. He must be able to feel me shaking because the grip turns sour.
Even after I helped you out, it's not like you'll ever be one of them anyway.
Hey, what's the issue here?
And this is Jack, in case any of you missed him. He is
Is
awesome.
there a problem?
Just having a conversation. Sometimes people get close when they're honest. Not that you would know.
Man, my chair is crumpy and uncomfy, but eh. I look to Jack with pleading eyes. Jack flinches a bit and eases forward.
You need to step away from her.
His fists coil at his side.
You're just mad I might ruin your chances. What number would she be, Jackson?
You better watch what you say next, bro. I'm warning you. Drop it and leave her alone. I mean it.
I don't know why you're so upset. We're just having an honest conversation here.
This game is so much fun. I love it.
Oh, maybe that's what you should have tried with Arya.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dick. Jack flinches and storms forward, grabbing Nico by the shirt and lifting him up off the ground.
Don't you fucking mention her. Keep that name out of your mouth.
I flinch myself, finally out of Nico's claws.
Oh, so it is true. And here I thought maybe you quit her the way you quit the team.
As Jack's face goes red, there's a tap on his shoulder. And here is one of the other wonderful white people here. She is beautiful and I love her outfit and she is cute as heck. Peeking from behind, two moon buns and fairy wings emerge. It's enough for Jack to release Nico to the ground.
Anger never suited your candy ass anyway.
It'll be alright.
And she is I love her. She's that sweet. They're all. I like everyone in this game except for Nico. She gives me a gentle look before scathing eyes whip off me and fling into Nico.
But you.
Although I still want his hoodie, but it probably smells. It seems like a type that he had this stuff would.
Your filth contaminated my friends, and I won't abide by that.
And what the hell do you plan on doing? Fucking them calm?
You.
You're a train wreck hiding behind a pretty face, Renee. You're just bitter that your family found out who you are.
Because you butted yourself into my goddamn business.
You mean by telling your parents that you left a perfectly nice person to sleep around? That's on you, darling. Don't shoot the messenger.
But yeah, he's a jerk. But he's a jerk. Not a bad voice up a tiny bit. Just because his voice is there.
Just because I rejected you, or because Jack breathed at you wrong? Your inner cockroach is showing.
Like I said, the actual voice actors in this do so good. They are so wonderful, talented peeps.
Ooh, scathing. What are you gonna do now? Use your looks to get your way? 'Cause that ain't gonna work.
I'm dropping some frames now, but oh well. It's only 0.2%, so I'm good. Nico turns to me, jerking his head towards the door.
Come on, let's ditch these assholes.
when he smiles like that. All I see are fangs. I feel my breath catch in my chest. I know that I shake my head, but I also know it doesn't matter. Not to people like Nico. When he leans into me again, the seemingly gentle hand wraps around my wrists and I know I'm trapped.
Hey, let's get out of here already.
I look over my shoulder to my two new friends with desperate eyes. Hands reach out to try and rescue me, but Nico has me within his fangs. I don't know what to do. When I try to slip my hand away, the trap becomes worse and the smirk on his face grows. All feels lost until I feel a hand on my shoulder that, with a single stern and gentle tug, has saved me. I want to look over, but I already know who it is. Who I hope it is. The punk is out of the tub. Reggie has arrived.
What the hell are you doing, Nicholas?
And this is why his voice is so hard to do, because he is like...
Reggie, so you are here. I thought maybe you would have been floating down a river of your own piss.
And I still love this song. Faye Field is talented peeps when it comes to voice acting and music. All of them there. Reggie doesn't say anything and instead turns his attention to me.
You okay?
My fingers are massaging my wrist that aches. My chest hurts. Everything feels horrific. But somehow I manage a nod. It untwists the furrow of his brows. Reggie's face is gentle, even though I feel his pulse racing through his fingertips from the hand he holds out to me. With a quick flick of his head, he motions away from Nico.
Together.
No. She and I have plans already. Maybe if you weren't fucking drowning in beer and your own misery.
Such a fun little
you'd
thing.
have
I've
plans
always
first.
loved it, and it's fun to come back to it. And they're talented peeps! Nico's attention drifts towards me with a wink that cuts through me like a scythe.
Come on.
His hand curls out to me, fingers like talons. It feels like a trap. I know it's a trap. I shake my head. I can't speak. I feel my shoulder connect with Reggie as I sink in closer to him for safety.
Really? For rebel without a cause here? After all I did to help you?
Nico, it's time to go.
When I glance around the party, everyone is watching. There's a moment of silence and it speaks volumes. Nico, as I've realized, is as smug an asshole as he's always been, and everyone else is reeling. Jim's eyes are wide, and his chest moves like a hummingbird, but instead of fear across his face, he looks livid, like the words are stuck in his throat, filling his mouth with acid. Jack's entire body is tensed. He's clearly fighting every urge he has not to rush over and put a stop to this whole mess. If it wasn't for Renee, who was determined to keep him back, he might have already ripped Nico in half. They hold each other back.
Last chance, Nico. Time to leave.
Oh? And what were you planning on doing about that?
I'd be far less concerned about that, and far more on you. And how badly you want to leave here with your bones in order.
Yeah, his voice is so hard to do because the person does it so good and I cannot compare.
You don't scare me, Reg. You never have. You and I both know this whole song and dance is fake as fuck. You're not punk. You're a pile of whatever.
He turns to me again, the hand still expectant.
Take it. Before the rest of these people lie to you more. You can trust me.
Yeah, no. Hard fucking no there, cat's meow.
I'll ask for your opinion when I want to hear weeping.
I love this song so much. The gentle posturing I've seen of Reggie dissipates.
I glance over to the others one last time, but everyone seems frozen, stolen by their anger.
I'm not asking. You're leaving. Now.
So, now you're the outcast with a heart of gold? While we're at it, why don't we say Renee ain't a suck-up, Jack ain't a coward, and you aren't a toxic son of a bitch? Your ex has been here all night, and you haven't said a word to her.
His ex is a
Yet
horrible
you're
person.
here vouching for people you barely know, taking advantage of a girl that doesn't know any better.
Lot of big words coming from someone like you, Nico. Yowling here like cat on a hot tin roof, as if no one here knows exactly what kind of weasel you are.
They're so cool.
Because even if they don't, I do. I remember you always taking advantage of people.
I keep him the headphones if I remember, or ones he stole from someone else.
You did it in class. You're doing it right fucking now. And frankly, if we're honest, you did it to yourself. In more than one way.
Nico leans into Reggie ever so slightly. His nose crinkles and his voice lowers so only the three of us can hear.
Is that what you tell your therapist?
I need to fix my glasses. I look between the two of them, and the shaking of my body has me rattling to my bones. I don't know how, but I find myself standing in front of Reggie. My arms are out, fingers pointed. I wish I could cast a spell on Nico, but I suppose a curse will have to do. Leave him alone. Leave all of them alone. Leave me alone. Just leave.
Really? After everything I did to help you?
While he's laughing, I turn to Reggie. Together, let's go. He doesn't get to win. Reggie reluctantly pulls his eyes off the cackling Nico to mine. The expression I've come to know of him returns.
Okay. Together.
I take his shaking hand in mine and peel off, trying to drag him with me, but in the end, I've only made things worse. In the seconds that Reggie's focused on me, I see his other hand flail up to deflect the wild pot shot from Nico. Reggie steps closer to me without really realizing where I am. Because when the now fuming Nico my dad's back with the kids. Woohoo! I'll just send him off to be quiet in the room for a bit. Fuming Nico realizes Reggie could deflect. He hurls another one. It happened so fast. 1 second, Reggie was in front of me. The next, I see a sliver of a glimpse of Nico flying in the air towards me. And his fist. And now it's time for a scene that moves. Whee! Okay, you Sour Patch son of a bitch. I stand with the hand against my face. I can't even begin to describe the pain of it. It's numb and hot and cold and absent yet totally consuming. Pain. And I can't explain the burble that grew and exploded out of my mouth, a hand over my eye, crazed, crying and cursing. You self-righteous, arrogant, slimy, Sour Patch pile of a cat vomit and piss!
Huh. Didn't know you needed a virgin sacrifice to fight your battles, Reg. For
And now we get a fun scene. With music and everything. The kids are going through, stomping through, so sorry I need that background noise. Then they get their tech and go relax after school. I don't know what to do. Everything is moving so fast. There was a fist, and then there's the two of them colliding.
There was a fist, and then there was the two of them, but the two of them collided. Someone yanks me back into the crowd. It's a blur.
Stay behind me.
I got you. I got you.
I'm still in the voice scene, just wee. Reggie, no! I hear it whimper out of me as I cling to the tune. And we get to fund this moving scene, which is cool that they were able to do this. Eh. And this is when my time usually comes to an end for now because family home, but I hate it. I just want to scream. But I'm just gonna try and finish up one route here, end it, maybe send this over to someone if there's anybody I know online. But still, scenes. This game is fun. Oh, and the cats are happy because her boy is home. Sweet. Ow, my chair is old. This chair is older than me, actually. It's a conference chair we got used, but in great condition from the Goodwill. It was made in the 80s. Custom conference chair. And Nico got decked out by Reggie. That is like the best image ever. The D20.
Everyone, knock it the fuck off!
And his voice is also one of the people's in Blooming Panic. So it was Reggie's, and heck, even Nico was somebody in Blooming Panic's voice. People in here are talented beings. Jim stands on top of the coffee table, livid.
Nico, get the fuck out of my house. You were not invited. You shouldn't be here. Reggie, let him go.
Yes, I know, Lucian. Reggie complies, but Nico huffs indignantly.
Look who finally has a voice.
Nico, for once, just stop
Angie Jimothy.
fucking talking.
Angie Jimothy is best Jimothy.
No, stop it. Shut up.
Oops, sorry.
How dare you come to my house uninvited and cause this shit? Have you not ruined enough?
He's squeaking in the voice is fun. I love
Get
it.
the fuck out of
Angie
my
squeaks.
house. Now. Or so help me, I will call your mother and tell her exactly what you've been spending all her money on.
Nico runs a hand across his broken lip, glaring at Reggie, who smiles, blood in his teeth, and deftly rearranging his hair. Nico rolls his eyes, sneering. When they land on me, he doesn't have a moment to get a word out. Renee jerks me back, and Jack has him by the scruff of his shirt.
Go.
Out!
Nico finally leaves, but there's still a cloud of tension in the air. I just bonked myself in the face with my headphones. Ow. Jim is blistering red in the face, filled with the utmost disgust.
This shit was happening in my house, and no one fucking told me. No one fucking did anything to stop it.
Bless you, kiddo.
You were partying in my fucking house, seeing this asshole harass her, and no one did anything?
Angie's squeaky voice is so good.
What the hell is wrong with you all? You should all be ashamed. And if any single fucking one of you shares his opinions, get the fuck out of my house right now. Verfick der Scheiße, I will not tolerate it.
Yep. Jim steps off the coffee table and storms to Reggie. He shoves Reggie's shoulder towards the kitchen and wiggles fingers for me to follow.
You two. Kitchen. Now.
He doesn't wait for a rebuttal. Jim rips open the freezer door and rummages around. With a shake of his head and a flare of anger, he puts a bag of frozen vegetables from the cold depths.
Let me look.
Listen, Jim. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me.
It's fine. You just beat me to it.
It's fine. Okay, right. Got that.
I see that pre-med really came in handy, huh?
These two are fun.
Stop talking, Reggie. I'm pissed at you two.
Fair enough.
Everybody good beans. Except Nico. But Nico wasn't invited anyway. He, a little too aggressively, places the bag of frozen vegetables on Reggie's face, and it makes Reggie wince. Jim then looks to me.
I am so sorry. Please forgive me. I didn't know he was here.
I'm sorry too. I didn't mean for there to be a fight. I should have...
It's not your fault. Here.
He hands a bag to me and points at my face.
I'm sorry. It's gonna hurt like a bitch for a while. I gotta clean up this fucking dumpster fire. Stay here and out of the way. Rest, the both of you. I mean it.
Yeah, Herr Doctor.
Jim doesn't reply. He shakes his head and just goes back to the living room. The moment he's gone, Reggie looks about the kitchen, swipes a bowl of candy, and heads to the back door.
Come on.
He's set to stay.
He ain't my mama. Besides, it's quieter out here.
When I don't move, his brows change again.
It'll be better for your head. Trust me.
Do I trust him? I must, because my feet move towards the door he pulls open, and we escape the house for the autumn night. Easy there, you fucking pirate. You're about to step on my hand. I hold the bag of frozen veggies to my face and try to navigate around him, but I can't see. I'm trying. Here. With a hand on me, he puts me to the stair and together we sit side by side, both in pain and icing our faces. Just so you know, I demand to be captain. Just saying. Are we pirates? He doesn't answer but shifts himself on the step, knees high and elbows leaning forward to them. I can't believe fucking Nico was here, and I can't believe I let the hottest girl in the party get punched, and I can't believe Jim's not one but 2 bags of frozen peas. Who has frozen peas anymore? Nice try, I heard that. The hottest girl? Reggie freezes for a moment. What? Who said that? Ghosts about and shit. I feel a little hum fall out of me and a smile crosses my cheek. I must have zoned out for a second because his shoulders knock against mine gently.
You okay?
I nod and regret it. You came down. I'm so glad. Is your head all right? He shifts forward to catch my one good eye. We look ridiculous, like 2 cyclops. Or did you forget you got punched? Oh, I remember vividly. He leans back and laughs. I don't know what came over me. I lower my head a little and stare out into the darkness. I couldn't let. The bag of peas and veggies shifts off his face and knocks gently into me.
No.
No, listen, you are incredibly badass. That was the most punk rock thing I've ever fucking seen. You, my new favorite little deviant, are cool as hell. Respect. You really think so?
Hell yeah!
Oh, fuck yeah, I know so. He smiles again and looks away,
the cold compress back against his face. So I guess the question now is, did you make any friends at the party?
Yeah, I think I did. I smirk and then I think about everyone I met so far. And perhaps more than friends. Aha, you can't hide that twinkle in your eye, I see it. So who is it? Give me the deets, they got a nice ass?
Reggie?
Alright. I'm sorry, you're right. That's a low blow, but... butts. Oh no, I really hit my head. Yeah, I know. Me too. Did you always know how to fight? Yeah, I guess. Before music and mosh pits, I was always... Let's just say, I have a nasty habit of, well, dealing with people like Nico. Gah, fuck that guy. Enough about me, let's talk about you. He turns again and winks his one good eye. Who is it? Are they hot? Spill the candy corn, witch. And then it can be the ones that you see and wee! Override! Thing is, Jack or Reggie? Because the punk is adorable. So is Jack, and it's Jack, I guess. It's Jack. The second I say it out loud, I blush and avert my gaze. Really? You have excellent taste, my friend? So, what are you gonna do about it? I don't know. I feel awkward now. Kinda silly.
Why?
Are you trying to say you're not going to talk to them? Oh no. No. Your fairy punk father will not have that. Not on our most hallowed of holidays. I guess after it. Anyway, do it. Really? Even after? Especially after all that bullshit. I mean it. Go talk to them. Go. I'm sure they're worried about you. What about you? What about me? I'm gonna sit out here and devour this bowl of candy and think about my life choices. I mean, what about us? His head turns. What about us? Are we friends? His shoulders fall with his expression. Get out of here. Obviously. He holds his phone to me. Ouch. We got a whole world to take back. A fucking course, my little devious friend. I smile as I type in my contact for him. Good. Now go get you some candy, you heathen. He flails his hand about me with a smile on his face, shooing me away and back to the house. Fucking punks. Thank you, Reggie, for everything, truly. Of course. It's almost over, but I love this game. I turn to leave, working up the rest of the courage I need to go talk when...
Hey.
Oh hey, one last thing. I turn back over. To eyes as cold as moons and air as tempered as a midnight wind, when Reggie smiles, a wave of calm stills the night. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Now go get you something sweet. Wolf Boy is sweet, though. I laugh and nod, and with something gained in myself, I head to the party. I find Jack where I first found him, leaning in a small chair next to the beer pong table out back. My throat is being dumb. I'm almost done at least, but hey. Most of the people who were previously on the back porch have cleared out. It's pretty much just the two of us. Jack looks up from the bottle of vodka in his hand and notices me standing there. I notice his hand is shaking a little with what looks to be anger.
Sabrina.
Whoa, wait, it's a...
Whoa, are you okay? I saw what was happening and I just...
I'm fine, really. Ringo. But yes, enjoy lurks, peoples. I am here. I do this. He stepped closer, setting his drink down on the table.
Damn, that's a nasty black eye. Shit. I should have just taken care of it then and there and none of this would have happened.
He reaches out towards my face, stopping an inch away from my bruised eye. Instead, he lowered it, cupping my face in his large palm.
I'm really sorry.
I smiled, touched at his concern. I wanted to nestle my face into his hand, but he eventually withdrew it. It's not as though it was your fault, you know.
I do, it's just, you shouldn't have gotten hurt. Should have caved that dick's face in and been done with it.
He whips away from me. He starts to pace back and forth, his face red with anger and frustration. I didn't come over here to talk about the fight. Besides, you know you aren't the violent type. He stops in his steps. He raises an eyebrow.
Something on your mind? Shoot.
Oh. He could tell? Well, now that he put me on the spot. Right. Confess. The friendship ones are nice too, but confess. 'Cause he is the Jack Bean. I could feel the courage begin to dwindle away, debating for a split second of downing his drink for more confidence, but I quickly brushed the notion away. This was something I had to do on my own. Well, I had fun tonight.
Really?
His eyes went wide.
After everything that happened?
Yes, even after everything. I definitely won't be forgetting this one. But not because of the fight. I met so many wonderful people, I'm not even upset about Nicholas anymore. He gave me an unconvinced look. Well, okay, I'm still pretty pissed. Even so, everyone else has been absolutely wonderful. And well, you too. Especially you.
Huh?
Especially me. What did I do?
What didn't you do?
I was just looking out for you is all. You're a newbie, so I didn't want you to make the same mistakes that I have.
I really appreciate that. I looked down, fidgeting with my hands. Gosh, why did this have to be so difficult? Do I say the words, I like you? Do I ask him out? Why didn't I prepare what I was gonna say before I walked out over here?
Sabrina?
Yeah, anyway, I really enjoyed hanging out with you tonight.
You already said that.
Jack gives a sly smirk. Right. You know,
What is it?
I just realized something.
Oh, and what's that?
I never got that recipe for your special mixed drink. I give Jack my own sly grin. Jack lets out an amused chuckle.
Hey now, I can't just give you it. It's tradition. Gotta earn it.
Is that so?
It absolutely is.
And how would I go about earning it?
Simple.
Jack grabs several empty plastic cups from the pile still sitting on the beer pong table and sets them up on both sides.
You gotta win it.
Jack gives a quick wink before pouring out the bottle of vodka into each of the cups.
So the question is, you up for the challenge?
What do you get if I lose? Jack places his hand on his chin in an inquisitive manner before forming a satisfied smirk.
You gotta go on a date with me.
Oh, those are quite the dangerous terms to be agreeing to.
Hey, that drink is special. Can't just risk it for free.
Well, I guess that's fair. But I expect that drink recipe written on paper for me once I kick your ass.
That's the spirit. Alright, newbie. Let's see if you have what it takes to beat the world-renowned champion.
Hey, I learned from the best. I feel like my odds are pretty good. And with the terms agreed upon, our epic battle for all the marbles began. Ringo. And this is from a background pack, and the game that it shows in this right here is another game, not by the same people, but by the maker of this background, called Out of Sight, and it's actually a really good little otome too. It's really interesting. I nervously tap my foot as I wait outside the bus stop with my phone in my hand. I keep glancing at the time, wondering when they'll show up.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting too long.
And now we get hit with a real voice, a good voice again. Turning around, I spot a familiar face, though this time he's missing the werewolf flair he had at the party. Nah, it's cool. You're only 30 minutes late, but hey, I wasn't keeping count.
Oh, snarky. For the record, it's not being 30 minutes late, it's being 30 minutes fashionably late.
Oh, is that a fact?
Damn straight.
Jack gives me a warm grin before lifting up the bag I just noticed he was carrying.
Besides, I had to pick up some supplies.
And what kind of supplies would those be?
Sorry, it's a secret. You'll have to wait till we arrive at our destination.
Boo, no fair. I give a pout, but Jack just playfully smacks me on the back.
Sorry, you'll just have to wait.
The bus arrives, cutting our conversation short. I follow Jack onto the bus, and soon we are driving off towards our destination. So, are you gonna tell me where we're heading yet? Or is that a surprise too?
One hint.
Let me guess. It's a surprise?
Bingo! The newbie is learning.
I'm still a newbie, huh?
Now you're getting it.
He gives a playful laugh. Eventually, we arrived at our destination. At first glance, it's a large open park right outside town. The trees and nature look almost completely untouched, as if they built the park around nature rather than through nature.
Alright, follow me.
Jack leads us through the park. I take in the beautiful nature around us. Even though a lot of the leaves had already fallen, the ones still remaining were vibrant hues, giving the park more life.
And we're here.
I stop and look at where we've arrived. In front of us is a rather large open field full of flowers of all kinds and colors and shapes. Whoa, it's breathtaking.
Remember how I mentioned flowers made me relax? Well, welcome to my secret comfort place.
Jack pulls out a blanket from the bag and lays it down on the grass. Ah, a picnic, huh? Didn't know you were such a romantic.
Hey, what can I say? I'm a man of many different facets. Now, time for the real surprise.
Cute little ending CG here. Jack sits down on the blanket and begins pulling out bottle after bottle. I quickly recognize them as all different kinds of liquor and alcohol. A little early in the day for drinking, isn't it?
Consider it a special exception.
Jack reaches through the bag and pulls out a proper mixer cup.
So, you ready to learn my secret recipe?
Oh, I thought I had to beat you in order to learn it.
You put up a good enough fight. I felt you earned it. Besides, never said the rules were locked in. They're more like guidelines, really.
They're cute together. I love the people. I like every dynamic in this game except for, Nico. Well, lucky me.
Indeed.
And just like that, our first date ended up being spent at a park while I was taught a mixed drink recipe. Not sure if it was the dream date I had imagined as a kid, but, well, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Wait, settings. Music's gonna go up a bit now because there's a pretty ending song in the game. And I want to make sure it's heard well because the ending song is pretty. Each character is unique and it's wonderful. And this is Jack's specific, unique song, and it is beautiful. It's not my favorite of them all. That goes for Renee's, but they're all wonderful. And thank you everybody for coming today and lurking around. It's been great having you all here. People who came and stayed, people who just came and lurked a little, any of it. Thank you.
The pressure ever builds on my father's iron will. No peace if the storm ever fades, and I begin to change. I begin to change. I I know I crossed a line somewhere back in time before I knew a life untamed. 1 second I'm a paragon, and I am not the only one caught up in a promise not made. And I begin to change. I begin to change. I begin to change. Fields of gold and fields of glory, feel the mold begin to break me. Zeal to hide for untold stories. All I know is you are listening, listening. Living with a soul, releasing all the manifold. My love for a life untamed. A measure of my will remains gentle still. Peace be my own little way, and I begin to change. I begin to change. And I begin to change.
But yep, thank you to everybody who made this game and everybody who came out and hung out here too with me. This game is wonderful. And it has wonderful, wonderful people who made it. And it was seriously made by a team of awesome people. Yeah, Medusa, everybody. They're just cool. And it's just a pretty little fun Halloween game. It's not super long. It has main plot somewhat linear with a little veer off bits, but it's really nice. And that one fully voice acted scene or two. And the fact that each person has a different unique ending song is all beautiful. This game is just, I love it. And thank you all for joining me here. You're gonna go to the ending screen. I'm gonna see if there's anyone to raid, and if not, well, I don't know. I'll try though. I don't know how long it takes because I've never mixed it up. Doesn't like me very much. So now we go and I look at things. But I have it on the right screen, right? Good, good. Time to go and flail around with Mix It Up. Cora's just started. Oh, Cora's amazing, even though she doesn't, I don't know how long raids take on this thing, so, time to go and find out on, let's go and peek at Twitch here and see, because I am new to this. So, click. There we go. 10 seconds. Lesson. Haha. Thank you all for joining me. It was great to have you here. And goodbye all.